You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to TADPOG. It's how they play old games. Just a little homespun artisanal podcast where 2 to 3 to sometimes 4, but not this time.
Not
3
this time.
old guys just playing old games.
It's like we're playing Turtles in Time without Raphael.
Right. Because we're the turtles traveling through time.
Through time.
Just
Forever.
Spinning our way through this mortal coil.
That's our fate.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be like that? I would love that dark ending to Turtles in Time where it's like you get to the end and it's just like, no, it's just what you do now. You're just stuck in time.
Yeah, you could never go back.
Turns out that was a one-way ticket. Can't be solved.
Well, this week.
All for the Statue of Liberty. I'd like to remind everybody. Shredder's got the Statue of Liberty. Don't know what he's going to do with it. Not too worried about it. Is he going to melt it down?
I collect all things French.
No, he's working that Ghostbusters 2 angle.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Take over the world with a
Yeah.
big marching statue.
Hook up
of
the
Liberty.
NES Advantage joystick to it and walk it through town. I mean, that's Krang's new body.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you probably recognize the dulcet tones of one Wizened Sage Ian Chander
Hello.
Hey, Ian.
because you heard we were talking about Animaniacs and you were like, fuck yeah.
Yes.
I just wanted to come over.
What are you doing? Yeah, whatever. I love that. Yeah, makes sense. I'm coming on.
Pretty much. No, I have a little bit of little cartoon stuff to talk about today.
All right,
just
cool.
Some reminiscing.
Good.
And I did watch at Animaniacs, but it got a little... my kids watched it, and I watched at it while I did other stuff. I
Gotcha.
never really got into it, but I appreciated it.
As
I
most
knew
adults
what it
watch
was.
TV.
Yeah, I knew what it was, and I appreciated it.
Yeah, I
It
feel-
was a good show. It really was.
If I can name the shows that Henry watches, I feel like I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are a lot of ones where it's like, he'll be watching something and I'll be like, is this? And I'll just name a show and he'll be like, yep. I'll be like, okay, good.
Now it's just like I can name the YouTubers that Kenna watches as opposed to just the shows.
I don't
Yeah.
even have that with Cohen.
Yeah.
I don't know most of what he watches. I know that one time I overheard, I happened to walk past him watching something and there were puppets. And I was like, okay, there's puppets. And I go in there to start fixing my lunch and I start hearing fuck and shit and what the fuck. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah, just fuck puppets.
the fuck are you watching? I went over there. I was like,
sure it
what are
wasn't-
you watching?
You put on a puppet. What the fuck are you watching?
Sure it wasn't Fuck Puppet Babies, the spinoff?
I don't know what it was. It was but it was a puppet thing, but it wasn't a kid's show.
Yeah.
But they don't, I know you've probably heard of it if I could think of the name of it. But yeah, it was bad. It was like,
Crank Yankers, the new
I
generation.
don't know. But it was foul. And I was like, dude, no, you
I
cannot
kind of think I know
watch
what you're
this
talking
one.
about. I've seen it. It is fucking nuts.
And
if
I-
it's what I think it is.
And it was like, I know I heard curse words for a minute. And I was like, no. That was on something else. It must have been on the TV or something.
Did they
And then
register at all? Like with him? Because like Henry,
No, he zones into. He just stares at it. I don't even know if he realizes half the time what he's watching, and most of it's just bullshit. Like someone creating new Roblox characters or stuff like that. But this just, I don't know how long it went on before it finally got into my head that I'm hearing filthy language coming from his iPad and had to
Wonder
shut-
Chosen?
I think that might be.
oh,
Yeah.
Wonder Shows?
Wonder Shows.
Man, that's old, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. It's very
Yeah.
old. But it is like you would think it's a kid's show, but then they start dropping some awful
Wow.
shit.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
God, I forgot about Wonder Shows.
Yeah, for real, man. Me too.
But I don't know, but yeah, I don't know how he got it. It just came up, I guess, in his as he's surfing through YouTube,
Sure, yeah.
picking stuff, and he saw puppets and pushed.
I mean, out of all the
puppet
things
button.
it could have landed on, like, that's not too bad. Because I remember, like, Henry watching YouTube, and I keep an ear on it when he's watching it, and all of a sudden, like, he's watching things, all of a sudden I heard, the coronavirus was manufactured in China to destabilize, and I'm like, all right.
Okay.
All right, truth puppets. Good jobs.
Making America great. Well, I actually I finally got around to removing my profile completely off of the iPad and creating one for him.
Yeah.
And then I created a Google account for him that's a kid's account.
Yeah.
So
You use the kids
now
app
when
now?
he
YouTube
signs
Kids,
in,
yeah.
well,
Yeah,
he can get on regular YouTube, but it won't allow anything past a certain level of whatever
Okay.
because it's a kid's account. So now I know he's safe from at least that shit. I don't know. I mean, there's probably bad stuff that he still sees that
And Clown Check. You never
makes
know.
it through.
And Clown Jack, yeah.
I remember that. But anyway, yeah. Some bullshit on there.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad to see you too, both of you.
Yeah.
I saw you a couple days ago.
We helped
John Turley,
the
Captain Gun
Nerd move on Saturday.
Again?
Yeah. This time we actually moved
What's that?
into his
Yeah,
house.
his stuff went to a storage unit because they had to go live
okay.
with his in-laws while they were waiting for the house to become available.
Gotcha.
They got like the people that sold the house agreed to knock off like an insane amount of money off the price if they would wait to move in until at the end of November. It was like a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
And he was like, yes. So they put it all, I didn't go for the first go round, but they took all their stuff out of their old house, put it in storage, and then Saturday we went and got it out of storage and moved it to the new house.
The second go round was you got in on the good one because it was like way easier because there was less stuff and there were like 6 of us. So
yeah,
it
well,
was
there were
like,
6 of us, and my truck
Yeah.
actually allowed us to make
One trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
it was
was
good.
awesome because he actually moved
yeah,
into
all
town.
Yeah, he lives in town now.
Oh.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
like out of the sticks.
Why the
big
fuck you
time.
not here, John? You live in town now.
Well, actually, he lived closer to you at his other place.
He lived closer to
Oh.
me in his other place as well. I
Now
think.
he lives about 5 minutes from me.
Oh, okay.
Over by in an area.
Well, you could have ridden with Ian then. Were you, John?
Honestly, I forgot to mention it to John that I was recording Monday. So sorry, dude. I didn't work today either, so I never talked to him.
I didn't work today either. I took today and tomorrow off.
I wish I was off tomorrow.
I just wanted
but
to stretch that
I gotta go
Thanksgiving
back.
out, you know?
I couldn't get off Wednesday because everybody else had taken off, but I got off today, and I was like, yeah, because I know it was just a madhouse there. I know it was
Yeah.
nuts, and I'm glad I wasn't there for it. I wish I could get one more day off,
Yeah.
but I forewent doing any more days off for Thanksgiving because somehow I managed to parlay my last 4 PTO days for the year into the week right after Christmas.
Yeah, that's
See,
nice.
Which
Dead
falls on a
period.
Friday.
Yeah.
Which falls on a Friday.
Christmas is on Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I'm going to
So,
stretch that out too.
I'm off beginning December 23rd at 5 p.m. and I don't have to go back to work until January the 4th
I think I'm going to do the same thing.
because of the way.
I've got a shitload of vacation
Do it.
time
Do
because,
it.
you know, I've been working from home most of this year.
Yeah, me too.
So I haven't
do
taken any
anyway.
vacation, but this is like, I don't know, these 2 days that I've taken off to stretch Thanksgiving out has been like the most vacation that I've used all year.
It's been like 1 or 2 days here and there for me over the year. Like I'll take off a Friday or here or Monday there. But this is 11 straight days off, and I'm just going
yes.
to bite that leather strap and hold on until the 23rd, and then I'm out. I'm out. I'm just going to I'm loving it. I cannot wait. I don't know what it feels like to be off for 11 straight days.
I get to carry over my vacation this year for the first time ever.
That's
I
nice.
found that out today.
That is
Oh,
good.
yeah, 'cause
Because mine
usually-
doesn't carry over, so.
Usually
Normally
you get
mine
paid
doesn't.
out for it, right?
Nope, and I don't. I mean, I don't know if that's.
Supposed to.
I don't know.
I don't have.
Are
Yeah,
we?
they just because of COVID, they're like your vacation can carry over as long as you use it before next August. I was like, okay, good.
I think there's a law.
Yeah.
that if your PTO, your unused PTO, has to be paid out to you. You might look into that.
Yeah, well,
That's
see,
your time. It's
The
your
other
time.
thing is, like, the person who used to do the books where I work, like, really didn't give a shit.
Oh.
And it's like, I would ask him, like, does vacation roll over? No. Okay. So, and he, like, always had this attitude of, like, stop bothering me, leave me the fuck alone kind of deal.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? I'll just ask my boss instead of you. And I'd ask my boss and be like, I don't know.
Of course he doesn't know.
I don't know. Whatever
He's the
doesn't
boss.
benefit you, go with that.
I mean, you should
right.
look,
Yeah,
you should look
exactly.
into it because I think if you don't take it, you're supposed to get paid out
Yeah.
for it. At least for
I've always
like,
taken it every year, so it hasn't
Yeah.
been like a thing. But
at least for like the last half of the year. I think maybe you can lose. Like if you still have, if you get a day a month and you have 7 days, then you could at least get paid out for 6 if you didn't use them.
Yeah.
So you might look into that.
I'd
too.
really rather use them.
Yeah.
That's
do it.
and that's
Just
why
take
I
it.
do every year.
It's your time. You should take it.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like because I've worked from home like I guess it's like 5 months this year. I don't know. And like a lot of people at work could not work from home. Like there's definitely some animosity from those people.
Oh,
where-
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot. I was catching a lot of crap for working from home because I have been working from home for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
or 2 or 3 years, and I've made a deal with my current company when they called me and basically said we need you to come back. I was like, okay, but I'm going to continue working from
And
home.
I'll come back in spirit,
if you don't
but
like
the body stays here.
if you don't like the idea of me working from home, and I mean that is non-negotiable. You can't back off of it in 6 months or start having me come in every Friday. I work from home, and that is that. Then they went for it, and so I get, but also I asked for more money, and I was like, and I don't want to be put on the on-call.
Well, of
list.
course.
I said I refuse to go on call. I refuse to come into the office, and I want more money. Well, they gave me all of those things. So
Oh, yeah. It sounds pretty good.
people don't I don't make a point to advertise to my coworkers that I am not allowed to work overtime and I am not allowed to be on call, and because I think that would cause some.
Oh yeah.
I think that would piss some people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, no one can begrudge you, like, you made a good deal.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
mean,
People can.
They
They
can.
shouldn't.
Well, they should. They can, but they
But
shouldn't.
they can and they do.
It's like people now who don't want to cancel student loan debt because they had to pay theirs. Like,
Yeah.
don't begrudge other people a benefit just because you didn't get it.
Well, and I'm not like making a fortune, but in their mind, the guy that writes my checks mind, I'm making a lot of money. I mean, I guess I'm making more than I ever have, and I'm not going to them for raises and shit because I've got a pretty sweet setup.
Yeah.
But they refuse to let me work overtime. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I got to reboot a server tonight at 7. Can I just do that? I'll do it off the clock. He's like, nope, get someone else to do it. I'm like, all right, I will.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
It's all right.
I yell at
I'm not
people
gonna
for
lie,
working
and
off
it's a
the clock
good
shit.
company too. It's a good company. Like I really like working for these people, and
Yeah.
so I'm lucky.
Do you guys need a graphic designer, or like is that on the
No.
table? Okay,
Sorry.
all right. Well, just
I wish
checking.
we did. I wish we did. I do really like working there.
Yeah.
So I'm not, and I made it clear what I wanted, and if they didn't want to give it to me, they didn't have to. So I don't feel bad, and they don't feel bad. I just don't want to make somebody else feel bad.
No, I get it.
You know,
Yeah, I get
it's
it.
not their fault. It's not my fault.
Sure.
But whatever.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
It's about Animaniacs.
Yeah. Yeah. What do we do on this podcast?
Yeah, so the Randomizer, a dark-headed god of her own creation, doled out race driving.
Race driving.
And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do
Yeah.
2 shitty racing games in a row. So
Yeah.
then you were like, Animaniacs? I was
Yeah.
like, hell yeah.
Because there's an Animaniacs reboot. It
Yep.
felt like the right time
Yeah.
maybe to talk about Animaniacs.
Definitely.
And we'll find out if that's true or not. We'll find out if it was the right
We'll
time.
find out.
Yeah.
What have you guys been up to this week?
Trying to take it easy. Just dreading going back to work
Yeah.
tomorrow. But had a small Thanksgiving. Just me and Tanya and Gage this year. The other rest of the fam went to see their family in North Carolina.
We did a good, small Bashir Thanksgiving.
We did.
Thank you. Thank you. As a healthcare worker, thank you, Ian.
And hey, just to be clear, I had already said this, but my daughter-in-law, my grandson, and his sister, who is my granddaughter, I like to call her that, but they flew, but they were very careful. My 4-year-old left his mask on 100% of the time when they were out in public. There were not very many people on the plane. They flew early. They flew late. Her parents actually and sister in North Carolina actually went and got COVID tests and then quarantined for 2 weeks before they came over to make sure that
Just to
there wasn't a
ensure?
chance
That's good.
of spreading. And then they stayed all together in the house, didn't go anywhere and do anything while they were there, and then they came back and everything's fine.
Awesome.
So they were safe. I didn't want everybody to think they were just bucking the system and ignoring the rules, you know. So they did their thing, and we had our little small Bashir-esque gathering of 3 people. Gage, being Gage, just couldn't get out of there fast enough because he was batching it that week. You know, he's at home all by himself. Go see a friend. Go play some PlayStation. He got a PS5.
Check out with the music turned up.
Right, you know, walk around the house nude probably.
Don't have to lock the door. Yeah.
Leave it open.
But you know, we had a good Thanksgiving. A very
Mumble
nice
louder
meal.
to yourself.
Tanya cooked fucking enough food to feed everyone I know.
Yeah.
And she can't hardly eat. So it was basically up to me and Gage to eat everything.
Yep.
A lot of shit went to waste, unfortunately. I mean, there was 3 of us.
Yeah.
And there was
a 25-pound turkey.
An 8-pound turkey breast, hash brown casserole.
Oh, yeah.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Freaking green beans. All the...
Baby.
Yeah. Chocolate pie.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving main item and side?
For me, it is... The main item would be turkey. I do like turkey.
White or dark?
Of what variety? Yeah.
White.
Yeah.
I like white.
I'm with you.
Roasted white meat, fried white meat.
It's just Tanya prepares. I've been eating Tanya's cooking for we just hit 29 years.
Congratulations.
All right.
Off and on.
Yeah.
There was a 2-year gap.
All put together.
There's a 2-year gap, but we don't count that. We say we've been together for the better part of 29 years.
I think she can understand, like, that wasn't a fun 2 years for you.
No, not really. We actually talked about it the other day. And, you know, some of the stuff I told her that I never really talked about before, you know, I was kind of drunk and she was drunk. And we were just kind of talking. And some of that stuff came up.
Yeah.
And she was looking at me like, God, how did you survive? You know, that kind of thing. So sorry. I thought I had it rough. But no, I do. I've been eating her cooking for so long. She's a really, really good cook. So she puts the turkey in the crock pot like at 7 p.m. the day before Thanksgiving.
So it's just falling off the bone.
It's 24 hours of cooking in a crock pot.
Nice.
With you know, all the juice in the crock pot. So it's really, really good.
It's
really
braised turkey.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
And then she makes an exact approximation of my mother's hash brown casserole, which is very hard to do, in my opinion. And that's my favorite side, is the hash brown casserole. It's very good. No onions.
No onions?
No onions?
No onions?
Can't eat onions.
Really? Yeah.
But
I know that from when we got pizza the other day
I
after
made
helping
a
John
real
move.
point of it, didn't I?
Yeah, no
I tend
onions.
to do that.
It imprinted in my brain. I was like,
just don't. They will make me die.
Yeah.
I will be in bed screaming in pain, and no, I'm good. No onions, but hash brown
Raw
casserole
and cooked?
turkey.
No variety of onions?
I love them, but I cannot.
don't
eat
love
them.
you.
I cannot eat them. Raw are real bad for me.
Yeah.
cooked-
Green onions? Can you have green onions?
No. But cooked onions, if some cooked onions make it into something like a stew or something, to the point where they're not really onions anymore, they're just sort of transparent
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
That I can eat.
That reminds me of like,
All right.
You know, but I can't have. I'm allergic to tannins, like in bananas and stuff. Like it makes my throat.
Can
wanna
you drink
close
wine?
up. White wine, but I don't like white wine. Red wine I love, but there are a lot of
That's a
tannins,
lot
in it,
more,
and I
yeah.
like a super dry red
Oh,
wine.
yeah.
So
You
it's
get liquid tannin.
like
Thank
I'm
you.
basically not going to breathe right for an hour or two. That's so
Man, I'm sorry.
can't do it. But
Yeah.
onions have the stomach effect on me. So I'm not that kid that is allergic to everything. It's like those two
Those
things.
are the things.
The peppers and onions and stuff just really do not digest right
Yeah.
for me. And so I don't do well with those. I have to leave them off of everything.
you talking about like the onions that turn like translucent and stuff, like reminds me of like whenever we get like Thai food or generally just like Asian food and Henry's eating and he's like, "What's this?" And I'm like picking something out and I'm like, "I don't know, but it tastes good. Just eat it. It's fine."
Yeah.
I never have an answer for him. "What's this?" "I don't know."
Oh, what do you like? Carrots. It's carrot.
"Yeah, it's carrot. It's orange, ain't it?"
Type of carrot.
It's Chinese carrot.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Yeah. They're white and they're white. They're white and stringy in China.
What about you, Dave?
Oh, I like turkey. I'm good with turkey, and I like stuffing. Yeah.
Well, like roasted turkey, fried turkey.
I
Or
don't
do you
know.
like dark meat? Did you
No, I
say
don't
dark
know.
meat?
White meat.
White meat?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how the turkey's made. I just
Like
I
what?
just
Like
it.
stuffing or dressing?
Dressing. Yeah.
Dressing.
Dressing specifically. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that stuffing's like better, but I don't know.
It just depends.
I just always
It's all
like dressing
all
instead.
personal preference.
Yeah.
Well, I've never liked stuffing.
Yeah.
But because it's something about that, the taste of it gives me that sort of gag reflex. I don't know what
Really?
it is. But the way Tanya makes it, she also has managed to find her grandmother's recipe for stuffing. And however she does it, she nailed it this year. And I ate like 3 helpings of it because she like chops up sausage and puts it in there.
Nice.
And stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
But man, it was super good. And like that's the only stuffing I can eat. Like if I try to sit down and just eat regular ass stuffing, it just gives me that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just there's something about that flavor that just doesn't sit right with
All
me.
right. Maybe like sage. Not a big sage guy.
Ironically.
Ironically.
Wizened Sage. Man, I like sage. But
Wizened oregano.
No, she puts sage and stuff, and I eat it. I don't think it's sage.
Yeah.
rosemary.
I don't know.
I can't name any more spices. I just want to get all of them that I know in.
Well, it's about time, Dave.
Hey! What's your Thanksgiving go to?
I love fried turkey.
Yeah.
I love a good deep
I
fried
don't think
turkey.
I've ever had.
I don't know that
fried
I have
turkey.
either.
My mom used to. There's a guy around here who does it every year, like because it can be dangerous to do.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So
Heard a lot of fire trucks this year.
yeah, but they're so good. And then I don't like white meat at all. I'd rather have dark meat.
yeah.
7
Is
days
that
a week.
right?
Yeah.
Why?
A lot of people like dark
Is it you
meat.
think white meat is too dry?
Yep.
Okay.
See, I like that dryness though.
Yeah, I don't like
because
that.
it pairs well with sloppy hash brown casserole
in the gravy,
And
because
the
I like to
gravy.
put the gravy on the turkey, like it's part of it.
I'll
I'll give me just a loose slurry of dark meat and gravy.
Yeah.
Then I love. Strangely enough, I didn't have it for a very long time, but I fucking love stovetop stuffing.
Okay.
Me too.
See, that's
Fucking
the one I can't
love
eat.
Oh, really?
That's
yeah,
the one I
love
can't eat.
stovetop as well.
Yeah.
But also, my grandmother's dressing recipe is what I grew up on, so I love that. We only make sure we only have it like once a year, maybe twice. We have it at Christmas. But that's probably not my favorite. I mean, I like turkey more than ham, but I'm generally okay with ham. But like fried dark meat, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's odd between deviled eggs because I kind of fucking love deviled eggs.
Dude, I ate so many.
But I have to have
deviled
bread.
eggs
I have to have
last
like
week.
a thick bread to go with it. I can't just eat it by itself.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta have like a good bread chaser, and then I'm good.
Oh, not me. I'm just popping them. It's like Tic Tacs.
Yeah, deviled eggs suck, man, because it's like I like
You only like a hot egg.
I like the flavor of
Yeah.
deviled eggs, right? But yeah, the coldness just is like, oh my god,
Oh,
I feel
really?
like I'm eating a ghost or something. Yeah,
I love cold deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Love them. I eat them like.
You're so good, Savory Ghost.
yeah.
If only you were warm.
It's so rubbery. It's like even the ghost of a seal.
Savory Ghost will be my Steam names.
Can I steal that? Actually, I like that.
And then I
Ghost spelled with a 0, of course.
And an underscore. There's an underscore in between the words and 69.
and then that my mom makes this cheesy vegetable casserole that I love. So it's between those two for my side, but I wanted a juicy of a meat as I can get.
All right.
All right.
I've been playing Phasmophobia a lot. I don't know. Have you guys heard of Phasmophobia?
You mentioned it.
I've heard of it. I haven't even seen it yet, but I've heard a lot about it.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's such a good game.
Remind me what you told me about it Saturday, and I've already forgotten. What is it?
So you play as ghost hunters.
Oh yes.
So up to 4 people can play, and the way you do it is like you do these ghost hunting missions, and each time you complete a mission, you gain experience and you gain money. So experience unlocks different things in the game and unlocks different things that you can purchase. So
like equipment.
or like equipment, exactly.
Okay.
And then the money you use to buy that equipment. Every place you go is haunted. So it's like a ghost hunter show, but every place you go to is haunted and ghosts are real. So-
It's
Ghosts are real
Luigi's-
and everywhere.
It's
Yes.
Luigi's Mansion, only terrifying.
yeah, and it is terrifying because it's like you go in and you get all the equipment right, and like the hook of this game is really cool because it's like You show up in a van and there's a whiteboard and it's got 4 objectives on it. And the first objective is always figure out what kind of spirit it is in the house that's haunting the house. And that's the hook. That's the fun part, because it's like you go in with your equipment and try to find evidence. Like an EMF reading of 5 is one kind of evidence. So it's like, okay, got it. Like freezing temperatures that you can detect on your gun thermometers, essentially. I don't know what those are called.
The FLIR camera.
Your
thing.
thermometer.
Yeah.
Is it like rainbow spectrum camera thing?
No, it's just like, like when you go into, like when I went to my doctor's office. And
You just got an old-fashioned mercury thermometer held out.
You're right.
It's going down.
Could a ghost please let me put this in the rectum?
Your savory rectum.
No, it's just the thermometer. Like when I don't know, like when I went to my doctor's visit and they wanted to make sure I didn't have the Rona, and they were pointing it at me.
We've got one of those.
It's just one of those.
Yeah.
And it's like, so if you get freezing temperatures, that's like another thing that you can like. It's one of 3 pieces of evidence. So there's a whole bunch of different things that you can find.
Okay.
But see, like the problem is that in order to find this evidence, you have to be in this location that is haunted as fuck and scary as shit. And it's like the first time I played this.
2 different kinds of curse words. Man.
Yeah, I know. It runs the gamut. If there's one thing I love, it's my vocabulary skill. So
It is wet as piss.
it is.
I mean, at least you didn't say AF or AS.
Okay, guys, it's super haunted in the house.
It is haunted AF in here.
Oh my God.
So you go in and immediately it's just like the atmosphere is crushing, because it is like you go in and it's like, I mean, it's just white noise. It's like turned up, like, and they say to wear headphones when you play the game, and you definitely should.
Yeah, okay.
And so the other thing that's really cool about it is, so like all the voice chat is handled in game, and they tell you to handle it in game because ghosts hear the things that you say. And this is a cool part of the game. Like, like on Ghost Hunters, they'll bring like a fucking tape recorder or something, and they're looking for the EVP, the voice phenomenon.
Electronic voice phenomenon.
Yeah, that's one piece of evidence. Like if you can get a ghost to talk into the radio, mark it off in your journal. It's talked into the spirit box.
It's a celebrity ghost.
Celebrity ghost. Got it. This one fucked Kesha. Check.
This is Rush Limbaugh in a few months. All right. Loves be on the radio.
So you talk, like, and when you talk to like the rest of your team, you can either talk on the radio or you can do proximity by pressing different hotkeys, and it's like the ghost will hear you. And it's like, so the ghost knows where you are, and then every now and then, like, the lights will go off, and you'll hear like footsteps and shit. Like,
God, that is terrifying.
And it is. And then it's like every now and then, it's like the lights will be off, and then they'll turn on, and there is the ghost in front of you for like a second, and then it disappears. And this affects your sanity, because the sanity is another aspect of the game. And the lower your sanity is, the more likely it is the ghost will start hunting you. And then this is where the ghost can start killing people.
Oh, shit.
And it's like when the hunt begins, like, so everyone has flashlights, right? Because the ghost, like, the first thing a ghost does is like, I'm going to turn off all the lights. I'm going to turn them all off. No, you can't turn them back on.
I can see them. They can't see me. This is way better for me.
And like what's cool about the mics
Golden
is
Freddy ignores doors. They're gonna turn them off.
even if you're not pressing V or B to like talk to your team members, the game is still listening to your mic input.
Oh, no.
So like if you're getting freaked out, like
Do not allow.
Right?
Do not allow. Do not.
so like if you're getting freaked out, the game knows that. And the ghost is like, that guy.
That is fucking crazy.
So it's like
This is a PC game.
it's a PC game. It might be on other things. I don't know. I bought it on Steam for like $12. I mean, it's like super
Is
cheap.
it a newer game?
I don't know.
Sounds like it could be, because that kind of AI is pretty slick.
I don't know if it's super new or if it's just something that just kind of hit recently, but it's been kind of hot recently.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it is so much fun. And it's crazy because it's like, I want to play it all the time. But when I'm playing it, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be playing this. Because it's like,
I could so see that.
and the van,
I would be that way.
The van is safe. So it's constantly just like, you guys want to go to the van? We got enough evidence. You guys want to go to the van? And then we'll all go to the van, and it's like, all right, let's check all the things.
In.
Yeah, then we have to go
we
back
missed
in.
one.
Okay, so the objective is you figure out what kind of ghost it is.
What
And
kind
are
of
you
ghost
trying
it
to
is.
purge it, or
No, all you got to do is find out what it is. That's always the first objective. And then there are other objectives, like the ones that suck are prevent the hunt with a crucifix. So in order to do that, you have to like, all right, we got to stay in there until our sanity's super low and the hunt begins, and then hope we survive. Because when the hunt begins, like your flashlight will go click, 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 and it'll start flickering. And what you have to do is hide. Like you got to like crouch down, get out of the haunted room, hide, and then hope the ghost doesn't kill you. And don't say a thing. Like we were playing on Saturday with like Resting Twitch Face, John, and Game Bud Prime, Nate, and Laxby, and Willie. And like it was Willie's first game, and it was like the hunt began, and Willie's just talking, and then like Nate, who's his brother, is like, "It's the hunt, shut up!" And then like Willie just died because Willie, all of a sudden Willie stopped talking, and then the hunt ended, and Nate was like, "I'm pretty sure Willie died." And then I turned the flashlight on, and his character is like flipping through the dining room table.
Wow,
it's intense, and it's a lot.
Are you streaming it?
Fuck no. I don't think that I can because it is like...
Oh, because of the mics and all that stuff.
No, just because
they're constantly playing Metallica in the background, so you get copyright flags just all the time.
Every now and then a ghost does hit a key on a piano, and that's super fun. Or like the spirit box. Like you're supposed to ask it specific questions like they do on the shows, right? You're like, who are you? What do you want? And it's so fucking creepy. Like it's spine tingling when you're like, what do you want? Kill. Just like, let's get to the van. Let's get to the van.
We need to regroup.
Yeah.
I got a Milky Way out there. I'm a little hungry. That's it. That's all.
It was made by like one guy, so it is like it doesn't look like it should be like system intensive, but it like drains resources.
Is that right?
So I run it on low settings, and I couldn't dream of streaming it just because my computer's so old.
Sounds like he needs some devs to help him clean up his code, maybe make it a little less system intensive. Because obviously, with it being that hard on your system, I know you said it's an older
It's old.
PC,
Yeah,
but
it's old.
Yeah, I still think like, I mean, would that game be ever possible to come to like Switch or something? Or?
It might even be on PS5. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, it could be possible. I would think, but it's like I don't know. I'm not a developer, but.
Look, I won't play it. I'm scared to death of just hearing you talk
man.
about
It
it.
sounds like a dumb ghost, though. Like, if I was a ghost, what do you want to be like? Not kill.
Because
Yeah.
And then, it's safe. It's fine. Not just kill.
I got you. I'm Casper. Sit down, relax.
I'm a friendly-
Make friends. What do you want? Have dinner, make friends.
And it's like
Knives on table, come eat with ghost.
man, it's so
I
creepy.
watch you eat. I am Ghost.
No, very friendly. Very friendly.
Like there's an objective that's like get a photograph of a ghost, and it's like damn it, because you have to provoke it and get it to show up, and it's like
You're getting hunted.
there was one where it was like, and you can see the ghost without the hunt, but it's like every time you see a ghost, your sanity is like nope, and that makes it closer to the hunt. Like the other night I was playing with Nate, and it's like we're like, okay, we got to get a photo of the ghost. Nate walks out of the room that's haunted into another room, and when he opens the door, he doesn't see the ghost in the room, but I do. And it was like, he's in there. Stop.
And then Ghost was like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Flesh?
So it's cool. And it's like preventing the hunt with the crucifix is super hard because like the crucifix has a range of like 5 feet. So it's like always super risky.
You got to get
However
right
long
up next
Only
to
as
it.
long
Yeah.
as his arms were.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's a really, really super cool game that I've really been enjoying. But every time I play it, it's like this is fun, but at the same time, and like there are different maps. Like there's a farmhouse. The worst one that we did is, and they're like the larger ones are meant for more players. So every now and then we'll play like 2 people, but like the one like. This weekend we did a 3-player map with 3 of us, and it's this old high school that is like a 1960s style high school that's been abandoned, and it's got graffiti and it's huge and has like 2 stairwells, and it's just like every room also kind of looks the same because it's a high school.
Right.
So we're going through it, and it's like,
Have we been to this room?
we don't know.
We don't know.
We left the doors open, but guess what? The ghost closes doors.
Closes doors.
That is the worst. That Nate and I have died so many times because we've been in a room together, and the ghost is like, I'm going to shut the door to this room, lock it, wait till you guys go crazy, kill you both.
Is there anything you can do? Like, have they thought far enough ahead to put in something like a spray paint can that you can have to mark stuff?
Oh, no, you might be able to unlock that later. I have no idea.
Ghosts have anti-spray paint.
That is true. But you can pretty much anything you can do, the ghost can undo. Because if you turn lights on, it can turn it off and all that.
That is cool.
It is, yeah. It's neat. It's spooky. It's a spooky
I don't
game.
think I could do it.
It's super fun though.
I bet.
Yeah.
I want to watch people do it.
It's super
because
fun.
I was all in for Ghost Hunters. I watched every episode.
And Nikki
of that
was
show.
too. So I was trying to sell her on the game, and it's like Ghost Hunters, but really fucking scary.
I want to watch people play that and not be a part of it because I wouldn't. I'd be the guy that's like, can we go to the van? I just want to go. I just want to go.
It is fun to get scared with other people. Like that is. That's a fun experience.
I'm addicted to having my sanity destroyed.
You're right.
Just go around the houses. This is what we do.
And I was also I did a guest spot on a podcast called Press B to Cancel. We talked about Final Fight LNS Ultimate, that free fan-made Final
again?
Fight game. The podcast is Press B to Cancel. And it's not out yet. I think they were saying it'll be out late December, early January. So when it does, I'd like to mention it on the show so that people can check it out. It was a good time. Yeah. And that's a good game, too. I mean, it's free. So that one's worth checking out, too. Couldn't get it to work in Parsec, unfortunately. I've never had good luck with Parsec.
It doesn't seem like it. Seems like every time you bring it up, you're talking about how it didn't work.
Yeah, I don't think it's Parsec's fault. I think it's my computer's fault.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And we do have a package if we want to open it.
All right.
We're definitely running out of Animaniacs time, but I guess it's probably okay.
I think we'll manage.
All right. Do you want to, Ian? Do you want to open this?
You open it. You open that package.
Sure, I'll open it.
I think it's addressed from.
Oh,
Who's it addressed from?
two of my favorite people, Drew and Bailey.
Drew and or Bailey.
It does say and or. Is there a zip thing to pull on this? Or do I just
There was
tear it
tape. I pulled the tape off
okay,
already, but I
gotcha.
haven't opened
There we
the
go.
box.
There we go. We're in. All right, here is a card or note. 2 star toys for 2 star boys.
Oh.
It's probably two of you.
Love,
It's me and Ian.
probably.
It's Ian and John, actually. Yeah.
Love Drew and or Bailey. Okay, there's your note.
All right.
That. This is a Star Wars Episode 1 Jar Jar Binks
Koosh ball.
ball.
Okay, I'll keep that
Fucking
one.
funny.
I'll put that on the wall.
So funny because we were literally just
Yeah.
talking about Episode 1.
For 30
For
minutes
30
before
minutes,
doing
and
this. Yeah.
Mandalorian. Oh, there's something wrapped in paper, but I'm going to forego that for this action figure of Shmi Skywalker
Shmi Skywalker. I love Shmi.
from
Hook.
Phantom Menace. Also, they paid a big ass fat dollar for this one.
Oh, nice.
been-
Don't
All right.
stop me, Shmi. Don't stop me. Stop me, Shmi.
It's been marked down. It was marked down to $1.
Can we get Dustin Hoffman in Star Wars, please?
Here, you take Shmi.
Thank you. I'll take Shmi.
There's something else here. It's wrapped in white paper.
It kind of looks like something,
It's a
but I
bottle.
don't want to say. Oh, it's a bottle. Okay. I was about to say, it looks like something you might be able to smoke tobacco out of.
Here's a bottle, and this bottle contains. Sorry, I've got my
Malort, please, Malort.
no good glasses.
I got a big bottle of Malort in there if that's your jam.
Let's do it.
I'm sorry, I can't read that.
This is very low contrast graphic design here.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
scorpion. It says scorpion peppers on the side, and then the tiny. What?
That's why I couldn't read it. I don't
This
have
is-
my
this is
bifocals. Literally, I'm not
ridiculously
wearing
small.
my bifocals.
Not for consumption.
Insecticide only. Shit, there it went.
It's historic Tybee Island Light Station. Scorpion peppers. That's all it says. It's sauce though. It's not scorpion peppers. So this pepper is up to 2,000.000 on Scoville scale. So I don't know if they mean 2 million or 2,000. Probably 2 million.
2,000.
2,000. And it's made in Low Country.
Okay.
Non-GMO, no MSG, gluten-free. From the Pepper Factory.
All right.
Want to save that maybe for
a tasting.
later? Yeah. Okay, cool.
The Jar Jar Binks koosh ball is pretty fantastic. Misa have no real substance.
Misa, very 90s.
Misa choke your cat to death. Drew and Bailey. How great are they?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Drew and or Bailey. It was super nice of you. I'll cherish this shmee forever. I'll put it in my bag right next to the Greedo.
Oh, yeah,
that
the
Ian
action
gave me.
figures I
Yeah.
gave you. Cool.
Yeah.
Shmee.
His back. in fog form.
That's the automatic answer. If
course,
someone says
yeah.
anything is back, I immediately do
That's
what
how you know whether or not someone's a renegade.
do. Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing before we do get into Animaniacs. This is the last week to sign up for Secret Santa if you want to do that. So if you want to do that, go to bit.ly/TADPOG Santa. There's a Google form you can fill out, and then you need to do it before the 6th, because on the 6th, all those forms are going to kind of be generated, and then you'll be emailed or notified of who your Secret Santa is.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in on that, now's the time.
So I was going to say, Jack has really been into his penis.
Yeah.
Like
to
you
the
do.
point he has learned to rip off his diaper and just walk around, just fucking going
Just
to town.
tug it.
Just free
Just go
balling
to
it.
town, just like Jack is getting red, man. Just leave it. So I have to like make sure he has shorts and pants on and everything.
Yeah.
If it's just a diaper, it's fucking going off.
Yeah.
And this thing's going like beet red.
Yeah.
I promise you that all three of us did that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
know.
Did. Nikki's always like, put your diaper back on.
It's turning red, Dave.
Use some lube. You're rubbing it raw, Dave. Looks like a lobster you throw in the pot.
That she's more like, stop using lube. This house is very gross. It's so sticky.
Cohen did that too.
Yeah.
To an extent, he kind of still does. But
Henry
it was,
does
at the
too,
beginning,
man.
it was just like, oh, look what I found.
It's like,
Yeah.
I get it, man.
Yeah. I said, because Tanya, of course, she keeps him every day, and she's like, quit it. I'm like, leave him alone. He just let it, it's his. He can play with it if he wants to.
I tell Henry to do it. I'm like, I don't care if you do it. Just do it in
private.
your room.
Yeah, go away. That's what I told Cohen.
Do it
too.
in your
like,
room.
Privately, I
Yeah.
told him, I was like, dude, I don't care what you do. Just if you're gonna do that, go in there.
Right,
It's
yeah.
fine. It's yours. You can do what you want.
We're constantly asking Henry, do you have to pee? No. It's like,
Oh, well, you're making God mad then.
and he's like, who? I've never heard of this guy. You know, God. Oh, shit. How are we going to make you scared of anything?
We're doing this all wrong. You know, the guy you kill in every Japanese RPG, you know.
Right.
Will you hear that, Dave?
I do hear that. It's the tugging of many a young penis, which, of course, ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. This is a two-part Dave Reads from Wikipedia because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but this video game, Animaniacs, is based on an animated show with animated maniacs.
I see.
I would like to watch the animated Maniac.
Animated maniacs that started off looking a lot like Mickey Mouse.
You're right. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, Animaniacs is an American animated comedy musical television series created by Tom Ruegger for Fox Broadcasting Company's Fox Kids block before moving to the WB in 1995. Until the series ended in 1998 as part of its Kids WB afternoon programming
Does
block.
not feel like it was only around for 3 years.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Man.
No, it didn't. It seemed like it was there a lot longer.
Yeah. That's why, like,
Yeah.
Salute Your Shorts, I feel like that was on forever, but it was only 2 seasons.
Yeah, so it did run.
That's right.
On Fox Kids, it ran 93 to 95, and then on Kids WB, it ran 95 to 98.
Okay.
So there we go. That's kind of where.
That's better.
Because it had 5 seasons, and I know the big thing was it got to 99 episodes, and never got the 100th episode. Because I don't know exactly how syndication works, but I think 100 was kind of like a magic number for it to be like in syndication
It is
forever
something like
kind of
that,
deal.
Yeah.
So
I think that was why the Cleveland show lasted as long as it did. 'Cause
Oh,
they were
really?
waiting to get to 100, and then it did. They canceled it and put it in syndication.
it got to 100? Wow,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
in
on for a
syndication.
while.
Yeah, it was.
The Animaniacs is the second animated series produced by Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment in association with Warner Brothers Animation after Tiny Toon Adventures. It initially ran a total of 99 episodes, along with a feature-length film, Animaniacs: Wacko's Wish. And then it goes on to say that it's essentially a variety show with short skits, which was very different for a kid's animated show
And
at the time.
so many different characters. So
Yeah,
many
for sure.
Different things that they came up with for the show.
And then it was just recently rebooted on Hulu on November 20th, 2020. It was signed for 2 seasons. So the first season is out. I've been watching it with Henry. We've both been enjoying it. Today he woke me up because he's like, I don't know. He makes a lot of things out of cardboard. Like he makes a lot of inventions out of cardboard. So he's got like a TV that he's made.
Yeah, I used to make that.
And yeah, me too. And he's got like a whiteboard where he draws things on the TV where it's like, this is the screen. So he woke me up today. He's like, look at the TV. And I would look at it. I'm like, oh, that's great. What is it?
Oh, man, there are rats on the TV.
Right?
And if you guess wrong, he's going to get totally pissed.
Well, see,
so you just have to ask.
This is why it's great when you wear glasses. Because I'm like, I'm not wearing my glasses. I can't see. What is
Yes.
it?
I remember that one.
And he's like, it's the Animaniacs. And I look, I'm like, yeah, he drew like the Warner Brothers like shield, and then there's like stick figures for like Wacko, Yakko, and Dot. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool.
So wasn't the lore that the Animaniacs had been locked in the water tower on Warner Brothers lot?
They were too
for
zany.
20
Yes.
years or something.
like 60 years. 'Cause,
60
yeah,
years,
they're like
yeah,
from
yeah.
the 30s or something like that. Yeah.
So Tom Ruger, right, is
Yeah.
his name?
Inventor of that
I wore
one gun.
The
today
super gun.
My Masters of the Universe
Yeah.
T-shirt in honor of him because he
He worked on
worked
that.
on this show.
Yeah.
That was his thing. One of his many things.
All
He did
right,
a lot of stuff.
this guy's a guy then.
This guy is a guy.
He did. He did a number of different shows that I watched. I watched a lot of cartoons in the 80s.
I watch a lot of
70s and
cartoons
80s.
now.
Yeah, I don't so much anymore, and I'm not going to get too terribly deep into it because I know we're about an hour and a half in.
I'm good.
No, we're 45.
We're 45 minutes in.
I'm good. I mean,
I was looking at the counter from when he started recording, and not your timer.
Oh, that was all fluff.
yeah, it was a lot
that
of
was all
fluffing.
stinger.
There's a lot behind the scenes.
That was a 45-minute stinger.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe. Probably not.
Nah, better not. Just don't.
Just
So I watched Looney Tunes. Was my fucking jam.
yeah.
I was born in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
And back then, there wasn't a lot to watch.
It was only like 30 years ago.
you had
You're fine.
3 channels. 3 channels. And so Saturday morning cartoons were a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a like 3-hour block of Looney Tunes on like ABC every Saturday morning. And my dad would actually record them on a videotape every week for me so I could go back and rewatch them
That's nice.
on tape.
Yeah.
It was really cool of him to do that. And I rewatched the old school, and they got sometimes back into the old Merry Melodies days, like back into the day when
Yeah.
that shit was like first
I like to
coming
sing.
out. Yeah.
I like to.
Exactly. Back in the war.
Right.
Back during the
Yeah.
fucking war.
Yeah.
Like
Back the
when
propaganda cartoons.
Porky Pig and Daffy
fighting
Duck.
Hitler.
Yeah. But Porky Pig and Daffy Duck hadn't even been invented yet.
Yeah.
And I watched all those things, just ate them up. And then when, Bugs Bunny, Daffy, Sylvester, Porky, all those guys with their adorable speech impediments, loved them all. I loved them all.
Wearing their pants backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no pants at all.
One of my favorite episodes of any Looney Tunes ever was when Sylvester and Porky go to the haunted house.
Yeah.
And it's the
Phasmophobia.
mice. But yes, exactly. That was kind of a tie-in there.
Those are unlockable skins in the game.
And of course,
What do you want?
spoilers, it was the mice. They were fucking with Sylvester. But Sylvester keeps trying to go to Porky.
Get the crucifix.
For 5 feet.
Jesus on a stick.
I loved that episode, and I just watched. But the funny thing was, like, when my parents would watch cartoons with me, they wouldn't get into the Bugs Bunnies and the Porky Pigs and the Daffy Ducks like I did. They loved Roadrunner and Coyote.
Okay.
And I did not get it. I was not amused. There was no, it just was the same shit to me over and over. I'm like, I don't know. I watched a fucking Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon a couple of months ago, and I thought I was going to piss myself. I was laughing so hard. It was that, I think the Roadrunner and Coyote cartoons were thrown in there for the adults. Like, that get just the sheer stupidity of how silly
The
this
nihilism
is.
of Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yes, he is on a mission, and
It's impossible.
it's not possible. And just how funny he's always
a
buying his,
Sisyphusian character that is the Coyote.
Nice. Yeah.
he's always buying the shit from Acme, and it's just those running jokes and those things just really, all that shit shaped me. And I will never love anything cartoon wise. I will never love anything as much as Looney Tunes. Flash forward to the 90s, and man, I was a little let down by the whole Tiny Toons and Animaniacs thing, just because I wanted it to be more like what it had been
Yeah,
when
it's
I was a
definitely
kid, and it's just
not.
so different.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that it's not good.
And it was definitely targeting like kids too.
It was.
Because I mean it was like they're in school and doing school things, and a lot of the plots
Sure.
are like,
And I'm getting
kid stuff.
I realized that they did something that shouldn't have been possible. They created new catchphrases, "Hello, nurse," and we're going to take over the world, and all that stuff happened because of Animaniacs. And I thought Tiny Toons was funny. The Plucky Duck shit was just, I could not get enough of Plucky Duck.
Water go down the hole.
Water go down the hole. Elevator go up, elevator go down. But I was also a parent, and I saw my child
do
in
that.
and I was into it because of that. But it just
Plucky, if you're gonna tug on it, just do it in private.
Just do it in private.
Just do it in private.
Put your fucking diiper back on.
It's all corkscrewy and it's
You're-
freaking me out.
Explode your corkscrew penis in your room.
But his.
I don't know if it's your penis or Porky's tail. I don't know what's going on.
It just didn't resonate as much, but also I was much older.
Sure,
I mean,
right.
I was in
Yeah.
my 20s. when
Yeah, it was
came
prime age for me because
Yeah.
I was like just before middle school.
I had a lot of respect, and I still do. I had a lot of respect for what they did, and I go back and watch a little bit of it now, especially. Oh my goodness,
Cinnamon rolls. Thanks,
Cinnamon
Melissa.
rolls. Wow, it's like we're at the full service 5-star
The bed and breakfast.
bed
Hell
and
yeah.
breakfast.
It's not haunted.
Plus, I did not ever like to sit down and hear satire in my cartoons. And
Really?
they did that every week.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It was their thing.
Yeah.
And I did like Pinky and the Brain, and I loved, what was the name of that old woman with the little kid, the squirrel woman?
That was Slappy Squirrel.
Fucking love
Slappy and
Slappy
Skippy.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
That particular sketch, when it would come on, I would watch that, and I was just waiting for Slappy to send that kid to get her some cigarettes at the corner store. You know what I mean? She just reminded me of my actual aunt.
I want to spin off Slappy Squirrel Strangers with Candy. Like that's what I want. Where they're like best friends.
I did find out, and that's really all I wanted to say, is that Looney Tunes was always my thing, and I was there for so much of that at the very beginning. So I was a little underwhelmed by the new stuff from Warner Brothers, but in no way disappointed.
Yeah.
But one thing I did learn was that the woman who voices Dot is Agnes Skinner.
Right,
Trash
yeah, from
McNell.
The Simpsons.
And
yeah.
I was like, holy shit, I actually can hear that now.
Yeah.
Now that I put that together, I can hear that. So I thought that was really
You can never
neat.
unhear it.
They went so out of their way to get such good voice actors for this.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's because Steven Spielberg presents, we can get what we want.
They were very expensive.
Yeah.
They were very expensive. The animation was expensive because it had more
God.
frames.
It was so high frame rate. And I honestly, you know, I'm not going to get into all that, but I remember in that video when they said that, you know, the Disney movies were all hand-drawn and they'd spend 6 weeks on one scene. And then when Tex Avery came in to Warner Brothers to start doing the Looney Tunes stuff, he's the one that conceptualized Daffy and Plucky and all those guys, came out with, he was more about quantity over quality as far as animation. He wanted to squeeze all the jokes in and the sight gags, but they didn't spend as much money on the animation. And so it's why it always looked a little janky.
Yeah.
It always looked a little less
For
fluid,
sure.
but it looked like a fucking cartoon to me. And
Yeah.
that's what I loved about it. And I think, honestly, on a subconscious level, that smoothness of the 90s
animation.
Warner Brothers
Yeah.
animation, it was so good. That's why I didn't like it.
Really?
Because it just didn't have that same kind of paper bag feel
Yeah.
to me. You know what I
I'm
mean?
glad that you
flip
mentioned-
book.
Like how my kids will watch stuff on VHS.
I could sit and watch people do flip books all day long.
Yeah.
And it's kind of janky and it's kind of weird looking, but
Yeah.
that's what Warner Brothers cartoons back in my day
Yeah.
looked like. And I loved that. And I think when they smoothed it out and made it super modern and super, it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Just didn't have the same thing.
Yeah.
Just
I like that you mentioned the jokes per minute because I do feel like Animaniacs is like, I don't know what the actual count is for the
a
jokes
lot.
per minute,
It's
but it's
high.
high. I feel like way high. It has to be way higher than Tiny Toons
Yeah.
because I mean it's just like constantly like
It's like watching an airplane.
right, yeah. There's
really
like
is.
a joke happening while there's a visual parody happening, and
Absolutely.
it's like they might not even relate to one another.
it's a lot to process.
It's a lot of it's just a lot of joke, and I do like that.
So favorite Animaniac?
Like out of the three or out of the whole schmear?
The whole cast
For now,
or
just
the
out,
three.
just out of the three for now.
You want to guess each other's? I think that might be more fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess Dot for you, Tyler.
That's a good guess.
Oh,
That's a
but it's
good guess,
wrong.
but it's wrong.
Wacko.
Wacko as a kid. Yakko,
Yakko
now.
Yakko
now.
as an
I see
adult.
that. I could see that.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
What about you, Dave?
I'll
I'll guess. I'll try to guess yours.
Okay.
Wacko.
Definitely
Yeah.
Wacko. 100%
Yeah.
Wacko. Yeah. Totally. Because he's Ringo.
yeah.
I mean, it's
He
like,
is. The guy that
When-
does his voice.
yeah, that
got
was a
the
Ringo
job
impression
because he
Yeah.
did such a good Ringo Starr impression.
Fadu. It's like, all right, yeah.
Which I didn't get as a kid.
No, me neither. No, God, no.
I did.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, here
Right.
we
So
are.
Did that make
Sure.
him your favorite?
Wacko?
Yeah.
Nah, Dot. I like Dot.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we each got our own. That's
Yes.
great.
Yes, we do.
I thought about doing like reviving an old Tadpog bit and doing a which Animaniac are you quiz. They are out there. They exist. But it-
Really?
yeah. But
so
it-
you answer a bunch of questions
Yes,
and then it tells you
yes.
which. Oh my!
But it
Okay.
broke down for me because I was like, "This is gonna be a lot of shit to just like keep track of."
Yeah, I can relate. I
All
understand.
right. What about favorite side character
Favorite side
Favorite
character in Animaniacs
in a skit or favorite side skit? Then
You mean like Good Feathers
Right.
or Mindy and Buttons, like all that?
all the other stuff you see. Pinky and the Brain.
I've got mine. Mine is Mr. Skull. Good idea, bad idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those were always really good because they reminded me of Highlights magazine. They always reminded me of like the Goofus and Gallant
Yep.
section.
that was based off of the guy's daughter. That had been drawing.
that I've been drawing
about
those for
characters
years.
Her life.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I loved Good Feathers.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And then Chicken Boo.
Chicken Boo was a good one. Chicken Boo was, I think, I might be mistaken, but might have been Lord Matt Barger's favorite because it's like
Never mind, I don't like it anymore.
Animaniacs. What's wrong with Chicken Boo?
I don't like it. No, that's Matt Barker.
What's wrong with
No,
Matt?
it's fine with Chicken Boo's all fine.
What's wrong with Matt?
Which one was Chicken Boo?
Chicken Boo was the chicken who would always like masquerade as a human.
Well, sort of. Like you might have a pair of glasses on.
Right.
No one can tell that they
Right.
found a giant chicken.
Right.
See, I need to go back and watch that show
Yeah.
now.
It's
I
on
bet-
Hulu. All the old stuff is on Hulu too.
I bet I would
Not
like
a
it.
man. He's a chicken. Boo.
But I have distinct memories of like I'd be over at Matt's house and I'd either be watching Animaniacs, Freakazoid, or him playing Persona 1. Like, I mean, it was like one of those three things that I would be watching
That was
over
his
there.
comfort zone.
Yeah. Or his dad's
Persona
Playboys.
1's a weird comfort zone.
Ian, did you have a favorite side bit?
Well, I already mentioned Slappy Squirrel.
Slappy Squirrel,
which
yeah.
I think I'm going to say is probably my favorite, but a very, very close second was Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
I always really
Man,
liked Pinky
people
and the Brain.
love Pinky and the Brain.
Hey,
And
it got its own full
It got its
side
own
series.
thing.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I still use that line to this day.
North, that one? Or?
No.
Anytime he comes,
Someone asked me, Cohen, I'm usually. What
I'm close. I'm close.
I'm gonna orf.
North.
What are we going to do today? Try to take over the world.
Try to
That's
take
I
over the
always
world,
answer
yeah.
if someone says, "What are you going to do today?" The same thing I do every day.
Yeah.
Try to take over the world.
Man, Pinky and the Brain always, and I'm probably definitely in the minority here because it's like great Orson Welles, and like that's the thing that I like the most about Pinky and the Brain. But like, I feel like once you get through that, I don't know, man. It's just like I watch enough of them, and it's like, okay, it needs something. It needs.
I hear you.
The one episode that stands out to me
variety.
about Pinky and the Brain was the episode where they actually revealed that Pinky was the smart one, like all the experimentation to be super intelligent was on Pinky.
On Pinky.
So yeah, the whole time you're wrong.
I just liked it because of the concept.
No, I totally get it.
Two mice trying to take over the world every day.
No, I totally get it.
And the Orson Welles bit. But,
Yeah.
but I think from a personal standpoint, the squirrel is my.
Yeah,
my
I
jam.
really like
love
Slappy
that.
Squirrel,
I love
too.
Slappy.
Yeah.
She's gonna like. I need a fifth of whiskey and a pack of Marlboros. But I'm 5. Just go. I have an arrangement. They'll give it to you.
Everyone had that aunt. Okay.
Yeah, I had that mom. Not the whiskey part, but my
Right.
mom would send me. I'd go do the paper route with my friend. Just I walked this paper route with him, and we had our route took us past the drugstore, and my mom would be like, "Hey, will you pick me up a pack of cigarettes when you go past Albritton's?" I'm like, "Sure."
I know where that is.
I
Wow.
was 12. Yeah, and they sold cigarettes to me without question. You need a pack of Marlboro Lights, please. Okay, that'll be $3. Probably why I started smoking at an early age. I don't know, maybe.
So, sorry that it's come to this, but marry, fuck, kill, Yakko, Wacko, Dot. I imagine we'll probably all marry the one that we like the most, but I don't know. Maybe
Well, I
not.
think you have to kill Wacko because there's just no consistency there.
I don't know.
You couldn't be with him without it just getting too goofy. And imagine that sex would get really weird.
Yakko, I feel like
Not,
Yakko
not
could,
like good weird.
Yakko's just sort of uppity, though.
I feel like he could turn on you at any moment.
Yeah, I just feel like he's just so full of himself. I'm like, no. I'm saying kill Yakko.
I'm gonna kill Yakko.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like him, but yeah, I don't trust him. He's too
too
clever.
smart.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's too
yeah.
clever.
Yeah.
I feel like
you've heard him name all the countries. He's pretty smart.
I know.
He's pretty smart.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I could control Wacko. I
United
feel
States,
like.
Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica. That's all I know.
He said they taught the capitals of 136 countries to millions of kids around the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fan Ross Kelly, his brother, memorized those songs.
Yeah.
I've heard him sing those many, many times in high school.
I hope at some point down the road he had to take a really important test and that helped him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He had to go through the whole
He's like,
thing.
Panama.
Weirdest Jeopardy audition ever.
I'm sorry, sir. You're going to have to give us an answer. It's been like 46 seconds.
What is Uruguay?
And then I think I'm going to go fuck Wacko, kill Dot, or Barry Dot.
I don't really want to fuck any of them, honestly.
Not really, but if I have to
I guess they're
pick-
60, so it's not a huge
fucking,
deal.
I'm fucking all of them.
Can I not just fuck them all?
One big inky
Regardless of
cat
the-
dog weird pile.
Yeah, puppy monkey dogs.
Not mice. Not in any way mice. We swear. They'd said that at the beginning that the
Yeah.
first 3 episodes of that show the
had the
producers
altar.
the producers were watching the episodes, and this is after they had aired, and then like you guys. They started sending design changes for Yakko, Wacko, and Dot to the animation studio. Like, stop what you're doing.
He looks like Mickey.
And draw them like this now because that looks like Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
and we are about to be in a lot of fucking trouble.
Yeah.
And we're Warner Brothers. We're about to be in some serious shit. Change your design. So they did. That's why they look what they look like now. Dogs. I think they're dogs, right?
They are cartoonist characterists, I think is their species.
Genus non-specificus.
Right. Yeah, right, exactly. But yeah, man, I love how like even like you guys bringing up the songs, right? It's like I felt like this was a smart
The
show.
songs long outlived the whole rest of the series.
For sure.
Because like you still see those all the time.
For sure.
And how the writing, that they were able to crank out such good, funny music like that every week. That's
Yeah.
like crazy to me.
Yeah, and every episode was scored as well, which is ridiculous because
Right.
it's like that goes into how expensive it was too.
Steven Spielberg.
Because Steven Spielberg. Yeah,
I want an
totally.
orchestra. All right, get an orchestra.
You got it. How many? 32? Okay, got 32 people and a conductor. All right, here we go. Let's score your cartoon. That
Your
runs on
weekly
TV.
30-minute cartoon.
And then Seth MacFarlane was like, "Yeah, I want that. I want that."
I thought the same thing too, right? Because like the Ted movies,
He's
and
also,
stuff.
yeah.
And he did there's a big musical number in Ted 2. And I thought, wow, that is crazy that they were able to do that for a movie. And then I'm thinking, I'm watching that shit earlier about
Yeah.
Animaniacs. I'm like, they did that every week for that cartoon.
I need to see those Ted movies. I haven't seen them. Are they good?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. I know like there's a lot of hate for him. I guess I don't really get it.
Who,
'Cause-
Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah, because I guess like Family Guy has been around forever, and I guess that probably has a lot to do
Family
with it.
Guy's been canceled twice, if that tells
Yeah,
you anything.
yeah.
And it keeps coming back because everybody loves it.
And I remember watching it like when it first came out and it being canceled and being because like I was watching it when like Powerpuff Girls first came
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's in that era, you know what I mean? Where
Right.
it's like the
World
late
was not
'90s.
ready.
Or watching it on Adult Swim in early college.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like I get that it can wear thin, but it's because it's, and people bag on like the cutaways and stuff like that. But man, that never gets old for me. It really doesn't.
I
It
can still sit and
really
watch
never
it
gets old
anytime.
for me.
Yep.
Oh no, the cutaways,
Yeah.
those are amazing. And his sense of humor permeates everything he does.
Yeah.
Ted and Ted 2 are pretty good movies.
Yeah.
And I would say that they're actually very good movies.
I wanted to see him.
What is it, A Million Ways Down the West or something like
That
that?
was
That pretty
actually
good.
so good.
Yeah, I
And
haven't seen that
Charlize
either.
Theron is in it.
Yeah.
I recommend
Neil
it.
Patrick Harris makes
Neil
a very
Patrick
good villain.
Harris, the mustache with his mustache wax, and they do musical numbers throughout that whole thing.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
It's
yeah.
a great movie. And then the Orville.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the Orville.
Such a good show. That is his love letter to Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah,
And
but didn't he want to write for Star Trek? Like,
he
wasn't
was-
that like a thing?
He was on it.
He
For
was on it?
He was on. Well, he was on Enterprise. He was in an episode of
Yeah.
Enterprise.
He
and
was
I
in
think
Gilmore
he did,
Girls too.
Yeah.
He was in Gilmore Girls.
Yep.
Who did he play on Gilmore Girls?
Somebody at like a high school reunion or something.
Really?
Or something like
Did he
that.
play like a real
I remember seeing
douchebag?
him being like, why is Seth MacFarlane on Gilmore Girls?
Who did what was the character like?
on
Gilmore
I don't
Girls.
I
know.
remember being kind of a douchebag.
Pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I got to be real. He gives off that vibe of being like, kind of like a douchey dude, and it's like, I mean, like, I hate to say that,
I
but
think he probably is kind of a prick when
Yeah.
you first meet him. Like if he's like one of those guys. If you don't know him,
yeah,
He knows he's
kind
talented.
of a dick to you. But maybe once you warm up to him pretty quick. And I feel like that about his movies.
Yeah.
Like at first I'm like, this is the most. At first I'm like, this is pretentious, fucking over Hollywood bullshit. I'm done. But then I get 10 more minutes in, I'm like, oh, actually, this is funny.
Yeah.
This is well done.
Yeah.
And his sense of humor doesn't change.
yeah. I don't
If
know
you
much
like
about him,
Family Guy.
but yeah,
Everything else he does.
I like American
Is
Dad more
Family
than
Guy.
Family Guy.
I agree. I agree. That is a clever show.
Yeah.
But it's also weird because like when you see him in Ted, well, he does the voice of Ted. Well, that's Peter Griffin.
right,
you know?
right,
Yeah.
Or when he's in A Million Ways to Die in the West and he's a human.
yeah.
That's Peter Griffin. It's not Seth MacFarlane. That's Peter Griffin.
What was it? I read
Or fucking the dog. What?
Brian.
Brian. It's Brian. They got into my head, and
Yeah,
so now I'm hearing
for
those
sure.
voices, and he knows that. Obviously,
Yeah.
he knows that that's where he
That's where the money gets
where the
made.
money,
Yeah,
money
yeah.
gets made. But I recommend them. Ted, Million Ways to Die in the West, Ted 2, and if you got 2 seasons to spare, watch the Orville. Give it a shot. You don't have to be a Star Trek fan or anything.
I've heard it's good. Yeah,
it's a great
I've heard it's
show.
good.
I think they were going to do a season 3. I don't know if they ever got to it though.
Damn.
They got pulled from wherever.
All
it
the
was
COVID stuff
airing.
and everything going on.
Yeah.
Because he did Amelia Clark for a minute,
Oh, really?
No kidding.
Daenerys, in
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, so that he
Boy, I don't know who really won or lost in that one.
Yeah.
supposedly
be
it wasn't a
honest.
great.
Did he have a crown
relationship.
melted on his face? Like,
Oh, so he's her brother.
And in an interview, like somebody asked about, their dating, being together. And so I haven't read the interview, but
Yeah.
from what I read about it, that she quotes like, yeah, sex was about what you'd think. He used a lot of voices.
that is weird because that is not what I would have thought.
No.
I would have thought he would have been like, "This is great." Hard stop. I'm about to North.
And she's like, I can't do this. You're Peter Griffin. Or even worse, you're Brian the dog.
I don't normally like girls. don't do the pedophile voice. No.
Girls. I'm trying to do the fucking little whistle on the ass.
So they made a video game from this Animaniacs show called Animaniacs. They released this for the SNES and Genesis, and then they also did a Game Boy game. This came out in the 90s. We could just say that. That's probably pretty safe. 1994. Yeah, 1994. And it is at least on the SNES, because that's the only version that I played. I kind of wanted to compare it to the Genesis version, but kind of ran out of time. And also didn't want to run the risk of confusing the two, because that would have sucked. But it's essentially, honestly, like in my opinion, it's like a pure platformer. Like it's like what you do is platform, and that's pretty much like all that
Platform
you do.
on platforms, platform on Animaniacs, platform on foreground, background, midground.
And that's, yeah, for sure. Like, I have a lot of problems with the game, and that is like one of the big problems I have with it, is that the game is kind of like there's a background, midground, and foreground, and it's like it's really important that you are in those segments, but the game doesn't lock you to those segments. So
No.
you have to be very perfect with your alignment, like beat 'em up style. But
Yep.
like what sucks is it's not a beat 'em up, it is a platformer.
It's a leap of faith platformer.
And it totally is, yeah.
This game is wonderful in concept. Like if you were to write this down, this game's gonna be like, man, that sounds fucking great. But in execution, it completely falls apart.
Yeah, I mean it is I liked it okay.
Yeah.
So it's tough for me to like really shit on it. But I mean
I think like if you get, it's one hit. Like there's no health bar. You have
Yeah.
the three siblings. You get hit, you drop to 2. You get hit again, you drop down to 1.
right, every time you get hit, you lose one of the siblings.
Yep.
You can switch between the siblings that you play as, but there is no mechanical difference between any of them, which I
Kinda
actually
wish-
I don't know. It'd be more interesting.
It might be 2 Lost Vikings if they each had individual skills you had to juggle.
And I heard that you had to kind of do that in the Genesis version. It
Wow,
was more
okay.
Lost Vikings, where it's like, I think Wacko could hit things with a mallet, Yakko could push things, and then Dot could like charm people, which would definitely add another like level of depth to the game. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because
Yakko would want Dot to fingerprints and she wouldn't do it.
she wouldn't do it, yeah. Or give him the bird. Can't do that either. Children's video game.
I'm going to write down fingerprints for the show notes.
I had never played this game before. I don't know
I'd never played it
if
either.
you had.
Nope.
I do think that it would have been a good rental.
It would have been a good rental. I would have rented once. Like, I'm with you. It's not horrible. I didn't really like it that much. I love the idea of, like, you play, you get hit twice. Well, you can go and then rescue your siblings from the water tower.
Right.
And replenish. But
I like that too. It's a lot like
it's good in concept.
it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES, where it's like you lose a turtle, and then it's like you can rescue that turtle later on.
Yeah.
But instead of like on the NES Turtles, instead of finding them in like a room on a level, in Animaniacs, anytime you lose one of the siblings, you can go to the water tower and then play a level to bust them free, which is kind of cool. But that level is the same every time, and it's like an auto scroller, so it's like you kind of like you can't go through it super fast.
It becomes a slog.
And you have to do it. I mean,
Yep.
you don't have to do it, but if you don't do it, you essentially play as one character.
Yeah, you're hobbling yourself.
Yeah.
In a way. You're not as able to stay in the game as long.
Right, because you get hit once with one character, they die, and then you have to use a continue. And continues are limited.
And the game's pretty hard. I thought it was pretty fucking hard.
It's hard, but it's like hard in that when I was streaming this on Twitch, I can't remember who it was, but someone in chat said it was NES hard. And I said, in the regards that it is hard because it is not designed well, yes, I think it is NES hard. Because a lot of NES games are hard because they're not designed well. And it's like, I don't think
hate
this game
the way
is designed well.
enemies move in this game. Like large enemies that will like sort of slide and charge way faster than you can move. So it's you trying to hop to between the foreground, midground, and background constantly to try to get off screen before they get you.
Sure.
That's happens so many times in the game.
You're
and I
chased by
fucking
a lot
hate
of
it.
things. Like
Yeah.
Ralph, the security guard, is constantly chasing you.
Yeah.
If he catches you, he throws the Warner brother into the water tower.
Unless he gets all three of you, then it's game over.
Then it's
use a continue.
Use a continue. There's a cool. I think it's kind of cool. It's also kind of weird slot machine mechanic in the game.
Yeah.
Where it's like that's how you earn continues. Is in the game there are silver coins and golden coins. As you collect them, if it reaches a certain amount, the slot machine at the bottom of the screen will start going. And if you get, like, for example, 3 CEOs, you get a continue. If you get like 3 chicken boos, you get double the coins that you have. You run the risk of, not that you can help it, but like if you get like 3 pinkies or 3 brains, you lose coins. If you get like if you get Wacko, Yakko, and Dot, the siblings come back. So it's like if you just got one, so it allows you to kind of skip rescuing them from the tower. So that's kind of neat. That's a mechanic I hadn't really seen. It's reminiscent of like Super Mario Brothers 2 because, you've got that slot machine at the end of each stage. Right.
And
But
you stop it on your own, like.
you can, but I didn't because this is happening while you're playing the game.
While
So-
it's
right,
very
right, right,
chaotically
right.
going everywhere.
Right. So in that regard, it's different than Super Mario Brothers 2 because it's like you can press L, the L button, to like manually stop the slots, but I just let it go because it's like if I concentrate on this, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. The game looks good.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Oh, I think it looks-
captures the spirit of the show.
I think it looks great. It's a Konami game. We haven't mentioned that yet.
Yep.
And it like has the Konami like production values. Like it does look good. I agree.
Except in one regard.
Okay.
And I feel like it must have been tacked on at the very, very end.
Okay.
When you get the boomerang.
Yeah.
And there's no like animation of you holding the boomerang. It just sort of is
It's in
clipped
front
to
of
the
you.
front of you.
Yeah.
And it looks really awkward.
And it's because you only use it on that Warner Brothers water tower stage.
Yeah.
Like, and when I said earlier that this is like a pure platformer, by that I mean you have no means of attack in this game. You just avoid stuff. You can't even, like, when you jump on an enemy, you don't hurt them. Like, I mean, it's just avoid the enemies.
Do you get hurt when you jump on them, or do you just not hurt them?
It also kind of depends.
Oh, okay.
So it's also just kind of like hope for the best. Like if you jump on him, because like Ralph, the security guard, if he catches you, he automatically takes you to the tower. But you can jump on his head. But you just got to make sure that you jump on his head.
If you're a 1 pixel off, well, he got you.
Yeah, and it has to be pixel perfect. A lot of it requires you to be pixel perfect, which is frustrating because, like we mentioned earlier, you're not locked into the foreground, background, middle ground at any point. It's all very free form. So it makes it tough.
So it's super difficult when that one. I liked all the movie callbacks because
There are a lot
there's
of
fucking
references.
face huggers in this
yeah.
game.
And aubergine xenomorph. I don't know if you saw that or not, which is hilarious because it's just a dick emoji on top of a xenomorph.
Falcor, you have to ride that. But that's where the foreground, background, midground gets really fucked up trying to determine where you're going to land because it does not look like you're going to land where you need to.
Right. Yeah. And you have to make leaps of faith.
Yep.
Because it's like,
Especially because he disappears and goes completely off the screen for a second.
Right.
You don't know where he's going. So
And you have to
like,
jump.
time that jump to where
Yeah.
you hopefully you're going to fall
Yeah.
and maneuver yourself to where he's coming back up.
there's a lot of memorization involved, which is typically, in my opinion, a sign of like bad game
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
Which really sucks because I can tell a lot of effort went into making the game look good and sound good. Like, I mean, the sprite work is really good and it's
Yeah.
very bright and colorful. And I mean, I think the sound is really good too. And I don't think it's a bad game. I just wish that like the gameplay was actually like as good as the graphics and the sound. The whole thing is there is a story to the game, although it's very light. Pinky and the Brain are the enemies. They are the antagonists of the story. They have stolen a script from Warner Brothers Studios, and the CEO of the studios has tasked the Animaniacs to recover the script. So you're going from soundstage to soundstage, collecting the pages of the script.
So the CEO put these 3 up to it, yet the fucking security guard is still upset.
It's still right.
He wasn't given the memo.
He didn't get the memo. Yeah, he was left out of the loop.
The CEO is probably up in his office. Why have those motherfuckers not done this yet? Hey, boss. Hey, I just wanted you to know I got them Animaniacs put back in the tower. Why do you keep doing that?
You're fired. I don't even work here. I just come here for fun.
This uniform is mine. I bought this.
So you go from soundstage to soundstage trying to get the pages. That's another thing because a lot of the pages are hidden. So it is possible to complete this game and get the bad ending. You only get the good ending if you collect all the pages, which I did not. I was able to make it through this game and roll credits, and that was good enough for me because I was like, that's fine. I got credits. Technically, I finished this game. But I guess it gives a little bit of replay value to it. Like if you want to go through and like find all the pages, you can do that. I finished this game
as opposed to just watching the good ending on YouTube.
Right, exactly.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, totally. Which I did. Yeah, which I did. Yeah, but I mean, it's like I finished this game in 4 hours. Yeah. So I mean, it's like okay, it's definitely beatable. It might not be the most fun experience that you're going to have with the Super Nintendo, but it's doable. The challenge is frustrating because a lot of times I feel like I die because of something I couldn't control.
Yep.
So it doesn't feel fair a lot of the times. And then like I got to a point where the last soundstage is a boss rush. It's like the editing room. And so you get there and you're like, the Animaniacs are sucked into like a film projector where Pinky and the Brain are hiding out. And then you have to go through the bosses of the other sound stages. And once you get through all of that...
I think the octopus with the very, very like perceptive tentacles.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and what's rough about, and this goes back to like how I feel like the game is kind of janky, is like that octopus boss has tentacles, and if the tentacles hit you, you die. But you can also kind of jump on them and it's okay. Like sometimes you can touch them.
It's weird.
Sometimes you can't. And the hitbox is like really weird to figure out.
And you have to fire the cannon like when he's not totally on screen.
Right.
Like you would think when he's totally on the screen, that's
when you
fire.
hit him. But no, it's when he's either rising up or lowering down.
Yeah.
So it does a lot of things.
Does make a lot of sense.
Weird and not in a good way. Like not in the, oh yeah, this is the Animaniac, so it's weird.
It's
in the
to
way
be wacky.
Right.
No.
It's not done like that. It's done in a way where it's like, you just like run out of time or something. You know, it's like well, you just didn't polish that a little bit.
Just put the
what?
boomerang. Just slap it on there. It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like based on what I did not get to watch you play, so I'm not familiar with the game like I should be to be guest hosting this episode.
No,
but
that is never never a reason.
I know. I've been here enough times unprepared to know that is
your audience surrogate.
I usually do try to watch you play the night before I come on, but what I was going to say though was I feel like based on what you're saying, one of the missed opportunities here could have been I don't want to say, I know this was 1994, but like almost a Cuphead-esque experience where, you know, we could have seen the Animaniacs go back and play a level in the Merry Melodies days, and then we could have seen them play a level in the, you know, Porky Pig, Bugs Bunny era, and kind of, you know what I mean?
That would have been cool.
Paying homage to all the old Warner Brothers cartoons
That would have been neat.
and Animaniacs, you know.
I think that would have been great. I do think that it probably would have been like a very expensive game to license. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
Would it, you think?
I think so. Because I think you have to license all those individually.
Oh, okay. Even though it's all under the same house.
And it probably depends on the deal too.
Sure.
Right? Because I mean, I don't know. Because I've always heard of like stories where it's like, you know, someone will do a video game and they like based on a series. And they only use one character from that series,
right.
And it's like, why? And it's because they couldn't. They didn't want to pay for the other ones. Yeah,
we weren't gonna get our money back for $49.95
right.
per cartridge, assuming anybody even buys it.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
But I think that would have been an interesting way of handling it because you've got this new modern, you know, at the time, cartoon going back and kind of introducing these people, these kids to. This is where we came from, you know, but making it the Bugs Bunny boss level, you know, where or the Elmer Fudd, you know, avoiding him with his shotgun and stuff like that. I just think that would have been neat. It's kind of a missed opportunity, but you're probably right. It probably would have been like, you know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit-esque level of
once again Steven Spielberg,
of licensing there.
But I mean, there's like, and
I mean the movie, not the game.
Sure. Oh, yeah, sure. But then there might have also been another thing where it's like, I mean, I think that's a good idea, but to me, that feels like it might even be more appropriate for Tiny Toons because it's like Tiny Toons is directly derivative of,
you're not wrong,
you know, like Looney Tunes and all that. And those characters obviously appear in Looney Tunes as like professors and stuff like that.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, because they go to Looney Tunes Hogwarts.
Right. Yeah, it is. It is Looney Tunes Hogwarts.
No, that's true. I think you're right. That would have been much more appropriate for a Tiny Toons jam, you know, kind of thing. But again, it's probably the same deal.
Yeah,
we're just not gonna be able to afford that. So.
And they did like they did do like I like that they have all like the references to movies that they do. I like Tyler mentioned the face huggers, and then there's the xenomorphs. There's an R2D2 made out of a trash can in the sci-fi studio stage. There is a level in the sci-fi studio where you are platforming on Space Odyssey 2001 obelisks.
Oh wow!
A monkey
that is cool.
A monkey with a bone literally surfs on an obelisk in the background,
That's
like through the
funny.
sky. There's a segment where you're being chased by giant Death Stars that are rolling down a ramp, but they have 3 holes and not one.
They're Death Star-esque.
Right.
They're Death Star adjacent.
They're Death Star bowling balls, essentially. While like a space battle is going on in the background.
But you know what it is,
You
but it's
know
not.
what it is.
That's what reminded me of the Sonic Game Gear. Because the way they're bouncing and rolling down that
For
first boss in
sure.
Sonic Game Gear that
For
I'm
sure.
fucking... Either I'm going to die here and quit, or I'm going to make it 3/4 way through the game from the first boss.
There are a lot of references. There's also, so like the fantasy studio is like all like it's Alice in Wonderland, which is like wild that they did that because of like
Is it
Disney.
like acid trippy?
No, it's not. It's just straight up like it starts with like a fucking turbo tunnel level where it's like instead of being on like the turbo tunnel speeders, you're on brooms. And you are literally chasing a white rabbit with a pocket watch. And so it's like you have to move from like foreground, background, middle ground to avoid like tree stumps. And you have to jump over tree stumps.
As counterpoint there,
Yeah.
Disney doesn't own
I know.
the license
Right.
for that.
Right.
That's a Lewis Carroll book.
Totally.
So
Totally.
It's probably public domain.
It is, but I still feel like it's risky because of like it's done in like a cartoon style.
Yeah.
And it's like you later on you enter the castle and you have soldiers who are made out of playing cards, or it's like their bodies are playing cards and their arms.
The Disney needle was just getting almost to the red.
Right.
And then they were like, then they stopped and Disney's like, not worth it.
Right. Yeah, I guess.
We'll leave them alone this time.
And I also think that like, I don't know, I've always heard that like there was a period in the 90s where Disney was like not doing so well. And it was kind of like that renaissance of like the Little Mermaid and Aladdin and the Lion King that kind of like got them back on track.
Well, it's like you really didn't hear much from them until those big movies came out. Lion King was the
Lion
one.
King, yeah.
My God, I've seen that movie 7,000 times.
That's
because
Nikki's
it was
favorite Disney
Gage's
movie.
favorite movie when he was a kid.
Yeah, she
we
loves it.
wore that cassette out,
Yeah.
the VHS cassette. He used to. He had a little Polaroid camera, and he would pause the parts that he liked of Simba and take pictures of it.
Nice.
We found it. We found like a shitload of Polaroids of Simba.
Yeah.
I'm like, this kid really likes the Lion King.
That reminds me of like a meme that I just recently saw where it's like, and it's probably not particularly funny to anybody but me, but here's an audio meme. It's it's Simba who's like, my uncle just murdered my father and has banished me from the kingdom, and he's gonna take over everything. And then like the next panel is like Timon and Pumbaa, and they're like, "Have you just fucking tried not worrying about it?"
Oh, when you put it like that, I'll just be a fucking lazy ass bug eating lion. You know, you're right. I shouldn't care.
I shouldn't
Matt
care.
Pat did a good video over if a lion could survive on just bugs in that environment.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's funny.
And he was, you know,
Now
kinda-
he's
he was kinda
charged with the
buff.
murder of that lion now, by the way.
He was kind of buff though, Simba.
Yeah, I don't know
he
how
had
it
to
happened.
be eating something other than
yeah,
bugs.
I
that's
mean,
not gonna
Nala
happen.
wanted a piece.
What?
Yeah, Nala was
According
up on that.
according to Matt Pat, like there was one worm that he could have survived on, like barely.
It was a really big worm,
Yeah.
like a fantasy worm.
Yeah. There's one certain subtype of like South American worm he could have lived on, but like, really, like there's no way he could have beaten Scar. Like,
Right.
no way he could have had that diet gone back and touched Scar.
And Scar was kind of a fucking, you know, he was like the Iggy Pop of lions. Dude was,
That's not fair to Iggy Pop, but I know what you mean.
he was just so
Yeah,
skinny and
scraggly,
strung
yeah,
out.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
I mean, maybe
apparently-
Iggy Pop could kick my ass, but I think I might stand a bit of a chance.
Let's find out.
I saw him on the fucking Music Hall of Fame. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Yeah.
induction. He introduced 9 Inch Nails. Dude is looking just pretty much the same.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like you could strong wind might knock him over type
Yeah.
of thing. So that's how I see Scar. Is like, dude, this old fucker wouldn't have. Go get him. Just go get him.
Well, apparently, according to what real science should show, like Scar is everything. Because they another Matt Pat video where he broke down like he could find exactly where the lions were from, what kind of lion, what kind of tribe they were from, based on how they look and everything like that.
Pride.
And from there, yeah, that apparently that type of lion, Scar is everything that is attractive to female lions in that particular
Oh.
part over Mufasa. Like the darker the hair, the
darker
more
hair and
testosterone
stuff.
that they have, it's
Oh,
more
okay.
attractive. Like he named all this different stuff. Like really, Scar was the better mate.
So
for
Scar was
everybody.
straight banging the widow.
Yeah.
Did Matt Pat go into how Scar killed himself in a bunker when the other lions were? There are other references in Animaniacs, like the fucking Terminator reference. Like there's
yeah.
a boss that is straight up Terminator, but also kind of a duck. There are like
The Star Wars stuff, like R2D2 in the background.
trash
you
can.
kick till he gets coins and stuff.
yeah, and there's like a C-3PO scarecrow on the sci-fi stage. There's
There's a guy in the background who's hung himself.
yeah, right. Yeah,
Wizard of Oz
That's a crane. That's a crane. There's a stage, the adventure film stage, where you fight King Kong's hands, essentially.
I fucking hated that.
There is, and probably the best bit here, and the most confusing bit, is there's a minecart level, a la Donkey Kong Country, where Dracula flies around and chases you. We don't know why. Scientists have not been able to determine why Dracula chases you around.
Animaniacs, Rondo of Blood.
I mean, it's like, at first I was like, oh, this is a reference to Temple of Doom. This makes perfect sense. Oh, there's Dracula. You don't even fight him as a boss or anything. He's just there chasing you on the minecart. And then there is also in that area, there's totally where you're on the minecart and the minecart goes off a ramp and it jumps in the air. and then you cross over the moon, and then you silhouette ET style.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's, there are a lot of like, if you like Super Nintendo games and you like movie references and you don't really care how the game plays, you'll probably really like this game.
If you just really, really, really like movie references.
If you can't get enough, it's and I don't know. In '94, I feel like that's pretty.
That's unique.
That's pretty unique,
Yeah.
and that's rare because I feel like that level of like pop culture references is kind of wild. But I do think, and I think it also harkens back to the show because the show did that a bunch too. So I feel like that's the route Konami like took with the game, where it's like, okay, we understand Animaniacs to be this thing, so we're gonna do this thing full hilt. So at least they didn't pull their punches on that.
Yeah. Oh, did I have any other comments about this game?
You can stack up. There's a weird a weird control where you can stack all three of them up to reach like high platforms. There's a dash mechanic that works very much like this game has a lot of Konami DNA in it, which I think is really neat because it's like the rescuing a sibling, a la Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES. The dash mechanic in this game is you can press A and you kind of like start to dash, and then you press A, like you set up to like take off, and you press A again, and then you dash quickly across the screen. Works very much like Buster and Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose, except in Animaniacs you don't run up walls and ceilings and stuff, which I think would have been more fun. Like that's one of the things about Tiny Toons that makes that game fun is that dash mechanic.
I feel like the dash mechanic is also sort of a trap because you can't outrun any of your enemies. So setting up takes a second, and your dash, and then the enemies are still faster than you, and they're going to get you if you just keep dashing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because of the setup time. Yeah.
But since you mentioned Tiny Toons, I feel like for the question that we normally ask, should this be on IGN's top 100 Super Nintendo games? So I feel like the bar to entry is Tiny Toons Buster Bust Loose.
You think that's the bar?
I mean, I think that's because it's what, like 96, 97?
Oh, so for IGNs, you mean, not specifically ours?
Right, for IGNs.
Okay.
Like, this would have to be better than that. I feel like
better than Tiny
to get
Toons.
onto the top 100.
And it's not.
I agree.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but I don't think it's a bad game.
No.
But I think the argument could also be made that it's like, is this game like as good as Sparkster? Maybe.
Yeah.
It's not, but like an argument could be made.
I mean, it's not. There are no places that I just get broken and cannot proceed and have to reset the game
That we haven't,
But
that
we haven't
might not have found.
But it flows better than Sparkster.
Yeah. So
Let's
I don't
just say
know.
I think Buster Bust Loose is rated a little too low. But
I think you're right. I agree. Yeah, I think Buster Bust Loose is rated too low.
but is this top 100 material? No, but I mean,
top 200?
yeah, top 200
Maybe. Yeah.
Did you have any achievements?
I had a few. Some of these came in from Twitch chat, and then I've got one, Dave style, that I'd like to do that I think everyone's going to really
Boiled with
appreciate.
cheese.
Love that
Yeah.
Dave style.
Yeah. Right. First achievement I've got came in from GameBud Prime Nate, and that is, what is an Animaniac? A miserable pile of cuteness. In order to unlock what is an Animaniac, a miserable pile of cuteness, you need to beat the Dracula minecart stage as Dot. Next achievement I've got is Struggle Snuggle. In order to unlock Struggle Snuggle, you need to
Rape.
Nerds!
you need to get caught by the security guard, and I assume molested. That came in from Ross Rachel Green.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ross.
It's just a struggle snuggle.
And then Dig Duggy's got an impossible achievement called Hello Nurse. In order to unlock Hello Nurse, get laid while playing Animaniacs. It's not possible to do. You can try it, but no.
Be like, fuck the nurse. You see her for a second.
No one will have sex with you while you're playing Animaniacs. It's impossible. It's impossible for genitals to get wet or hard while watching someone play Animaniacs.
Just like to mush dry shittles together.
I mean, you could try.
Just hear a good crunch.
Please try. Please try. I'm just saying, I don't think it's possible. And then the last achievement is...
Let's rub snails.
The last achievement I've got is 3 in the pink. In order to unlock 3 in the pink, get 3 pinkies on the slot machine and lose 10 coins.
That's pretty good.
And that's the Dave Style achievement.
That's a good one. That's good.
Do you guys have any?
I do not.
Tyrone?
Dot. You unlock Dot. By beating the game is just Dot.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that with an exclamation point?
No.
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 Very stern.
Just Dot.
Dot.
Well, that makes sense because dot is the period for Warner Brothers
There you go.
abbreviation.
There you go.
So there we go. I have some questions for you guys to finalize some things. I'm curious if you were to buy Animaniacs loose for the Super Nintendo, I'm curious how much you might pay for it. I can give you a hint if you would like. Would you like a hint?
Yeah.
Okay.
$7.99.
$7.99 from Tyler. Ian, what do you think?
I'll go a little lower
Okay.
at $6.45. $6.45.
All right, $7.99 and $6.45. My hint was going to be I own this game. So
$3.
actual retail value of Animaniacs for the Super Nintendo loose on average, according to pricecharting.com at the time of this recording, is $10.
Okay.
So Tyler, you're closest without going
Close.
over.
Yeah.
Is it worth $10?
No.
I think that it is, but I also am collecting Super Nintendo games, so
I think it would be very easy to throw $10 down for something like that. Just because
I feel like I'm going to get it
there's
anyway.
a brand there, there's a familiarity there. There's, it was obviously a fairly popular game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that would be a fair price. If I was collecting, I'd pay it.
It's also a bad time to buy games right now. It's typically probably a lot cheaper. It's probably honestly closer to $6 would be my guess prior to 2020.
Yeah.
Prices have been really crazy recently, just because of, honestly, like video game prices in general, not just for the Super Nintendo, have been peaking just because it's like, well, we're on quarantine.
I got nothing else.
What else we got to do?
I got this
Collect our stimulus check.
Right.
I wasn't going to have, this is free money. I'm buying some video games.
Yeah.
This play keeps going for 10 more years, and I'm going to get me some stadium events. It's going to be great.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give this the beard of the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Okay.
Because I feel like it is absurd and goofy, but in a clever way.
Okay. Abe Lincoln.
Did you say Abe Lincoln? No, I said Abe Lincoln.
That is my favorite line from that movie.
Did you? Yeah, I can't stop saying it.
Tyler.
Where does the name latrine come from? Well, we changed it. What was it? Shit house.
I feel like that movie doesn't get a lot of credit.
Well, Tracy Ullman just also that line. Tracy Ullman just improv it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would it be?
Some goofy, like star-shaped, cheap plastic sunglasses from like Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey.
Fabu.
Because that is also like the goofiness that's just sort of schlocky and stupid.
Yeah.
That is also present in this game.
Yeah, for sure. And they also, do the glasses like fall apart like every now and then?
Yeah.
You can put them back together, but you have to climb a water tower in order to
Yeah,
do
you
it.
get a little bit of tape, put them back.
Are you curious? I hope that you are, because I'm going to do it anyway. What Flopsy has to say about this, or what
Yes.
Flopsy rated it.
What's the Flopsy say?
According to the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library, 1991 through 1998, by Pat Contry, courtesy of Master Mold Mike, they gave this game 3.5 stars. And
It seems high.
it seems high. I'm okay with that. I feel like for me, it would either be a 3 or a 3.5, probably more a 3. But it's just because it really does look good. Like
It does look and sound very good.
I wish that this podcast had a visual component because it really, really does look good, especially for 94 even. Like, I mean, this isn't late game Super Nintendo. This is like entering middle age for the Super Nintendo. And it's like, I don't know. It's like the Konami quality is there. I just wish that it was more fun.
Yeah. Okay. I can go with you on that. Who writes that review?
This review was written by AP, so it came through on the wire.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Love it.
Yeah. They also have confirmed Nevada.
Just getting ready to
About time.
crack a joke about confirmation.
I guess that is it, unless you guys have anything else to say about Animaniacs. I do have more
No.
questions.
I would
but
like
they,
to take some more
They
questions.
do not pertain to Animaniacs.
Perfect.
As far as I'm concerned. I don't know.
best-
We'll
I don't know.
see.
The best
Right.
kind of questions, really.
All right.
There are only two people in this jail. People who like Animaniacs, people who don't like Animaniacs. Which one are you?
I want Ross to send in a sound clip of him saying, unlike other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent.
This quiz that came in from Ross Rachel Green from across the pond is entitled Fuck Robots.
Okay.
Seems pertinent.
Russ starts off. I have often considered the idea that I would probably have sex with a robot if they were anatomically correct.
Or Fisto from New Vegas.
And I mean all over, not like a fleshlight taped to a washing machine. So indistinguishably a human.
Oh, look who's king over there on the Isle of Man.
Fleshlight
I won't
and a
fucking flush
washing
it on a
machine.
dryer.
Ross continues, not like a fleshlight taped to a washing machine. So indistinguishably a human female that just sleeps on a charging mat. This raises several ethical. Does it? And mechanical questions. Mechanical, yeah. I don't know about ethical. It's like you just bought a robot. Fuck it. Right?
Literally.
I mean, yeah, that's your product, man. Just don't void the warranty.
Clean it.
Get it pregnant or something. Go with the warranty.
Unless you're getting into like, is it cheating? To which I would say, I mean, it's a robot. Like, I mean, you can have sex with a sex toy, right? Like, is there a difference?
I guess it depends on what your marriage is like.
I guess
what
it
your
is
spouse
true.
finds upsetting.
I guess that is true because I'm sure there are marriages where it's like, don't do that. I also feel like mine would be like, oh, okay, it's weird, but fine. It's weird,
Just
but
don't name it.
right, yeah. Refer to it by its model number only.
Just call it Robo-Hole and don't give it like a girl's name.
This raises several unethical mechanical questions. Firstly, if they are intelligent and aware. God, no.
No.
No. No.
Absolutely not.
At that point, I would say just date people.
Yeah.
They might not want to have sex with me, and despite not being human, I think if they are intelligent, it would be immoral to program them to want to.
Consent is hot, Ross.
Mechanically, Ross continues. Mechanically, it's unlikely. These are not the opinions of myself. it's just Ross still. Mechanically, it's unlikely that the sex robot will be
We'll have a big enough robot hole for my giant dick.
a big ol' hog.
They don't build holes big enough.
Here comes my man hog, Robo Hole. Too bad you're too stupid to realize it.
Prepare to have your warranty voided.
I want to fuck a robo girl who has like an animated robot vagina that looks like it's from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like I put my dick in it and its eyes get real big. Like, oh no!
Steam comes out of his fucking ears.
I come and it melts like that shoe that goes in the dip.
It specifically says don't spill liquid in this unit. I think that's going to be a problem.
Pull out.
I pay good money for this robo hole. I will not pull out. Ross continues, it's unlikely that the sex robot will be self-lubricating in the same way that a human female is. So you'll probably have to...
Allegedly.
So you'll probably have to lube...
No, that's once a superpower. We talked about that on an episode of TADPOG that's over on the Patreon.
You'll probably have to lube up, or she could be self-lubricating as long as you fill a tank up like the oil in your car, and who can be bothered with that? I feel like that's probably the way it would have to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Check her oil. You don't want her to lock up.
Right.
Then you got to throw her away.
Fucking oil lights up right on her forehead. Oh, better add some lube. Yeah, there's your problem. You're a quart low.
Look, I got to tell you, I don't take good care of my cars, but if I put my dick in them, I would. Because I don't want that shit to seize up like
at the wrong
time.
Yeah.
Ross continues, also, does it count as adultery? Here we go, getting into the real shit. Does it count as adultery if you and your wife own and sleep with a sex robot? Well, not if you're both doing it, for sure, right?
No.
It sounds like everybody's on board there, except for maybe
And if everybody's on board and the robot is not intelligent, then
you're good, right?
Not a person, so it's not a thing. It's a thing. It's not a person that can be...
If it's a sex doll, then
a threat.
and you're both in on it.
At some point, especially if you're both in on it, at some point you're going to shut the thing off and put it in the closet.
Right, because it's going to get old. Because, I mean,
and you're going to be like,
it's a sex
man,
robot.
I wish I hadn't spent $30,000 on that. I'm going to be paying on this thing at 12% interest.
Yeah, and the secondhand market is a real pain in the ass on those.
Super clean.
Lightly used.
Only used twice.
I don't even know how I got a student loan for it. I can't go bankrupt and get rid of it.
Did you guys hear that in 2030 the U.S. government's going to absolve all sex robot debt?
Nice.
Despite the fact that I paid full price for my sex robot?
Thank God for AOC. People that are stifled with sex robot debt and it's crippling the economy. Only the top 1% afford these sex robots.
Ross continues, would you be jealous of your wife and the sex robot? Not at all. Like,
No.
not in the least.
No more jealous than you'd be of your wife and her dildo, which is probably bigger than your dick.
Which is totally bring it on. It's fine.
I don't care. Let's go for it.
I use toys on my wife all the time.
Yeah.
We're both good with it. Like, it's okay.
Fuck that robot, baby.
Yep.
Let me get the camera.
It's got one built in, man. Did you get the 4 series?
Got little drones that fly up and take Matrix style shots of the whole thing.
What you guys don't know is Ross is explaining to us exactly how brain takes over the world. Ross continues, so many questions. Anyway, I'm tired because I worked all night, but I did get to watch Dave finish this game and honked my little heart out. Thank you, Ross. It was good to see you. And Ross says,
I also use the honk emoji.
it's a fun emoji. I love it. There's a whole channel on Discord dedicated to the various honk emojis, that are there. There's a Seinfeld honk, which is Jerry Seinfeld with his mouth open with honk lines coming out of it. There's a Skeeter honk. There's a goose honk. There's a squish goose honk. Can't stop me from making goose honks. Ross finishes. So SNES games starting with the letters that make up fuck robots.
Okay.
Shall we begin? First question. This F is a shitty game. This F is a shitty game is a first-person shooter, which was a port of an Atari ST game called MIDI Maze. It's a first-person shooter, which is a port of an Atari ST game called MIDI Maze. MIDI.
First-person shooter on the Super Nintendo.
Starts with an F. Before we started recording, you were going through a list of you were going through your RetroPie where you're trying to study for the upcoming quiz.
On his quizzes.
Yeah. I was worried. I was like, Tyler's he's getting
Joe, get in this.
He's getting, yeah.
Fabulous Noah's Ark 3D.
Logging it in. Fabulous Noah's Ark 3D. It is, in fact, Faceball.
Oh,
2000.
shit.
We did see
were
Faceball.
talking
We
about
saw
Faceball.
Faceball. And you were talking about how shitty it's going to be.
Yep. Next question. This U is based on a film about Al Capone, and the game contains both over-the-shoulder shooting sections and platforming.
Uniracers.
Untouchables, comma, the. Also Uniracers.
The anti-uni is Al Capone. Everybody knows that.
It is, in fact, Untouchables, comma, the.
Nice.
Very nice.
Next question. This C is based on a board game thought to originate in India between 280 to 550.
Clue.
Probably Clue. It is a board game.
Is it chess? Could it be chess?
Is there a chess? There has to be a chess.
There
SNES
does have
game,
to be.
right?
You're right.
But that seems like
That wouldn't be
what is the first letter? C.
C. Man, it'd be great if it's just called chess. Like
It
just
could
like
be.
it's just
Say
like a
the-
white label, black
Chess, comma,
Helvetica.
super.
See, I feel like I feel like I know this answer, and I feel like it's not chess. Can you read the question one more time, please?
You bet.
Alex.
Yes, of course. This C is based on a board game thought to originate in India between 280 to 550.
Cricket, the board game.
Ooh, cricket's big in India.
But it's not a board game.
Well, if it's cricket,
They know
the
what
board game.
they
it
know what
is.
crumpets are.
I gotta know what a crumpet is.
I feel like I'm gonna say, "Oh my god, I should have known that."
Uh-oh. Would you like to come back to this one? We can
Say chess. Super chess.
Super chess. Just say chess.
Chess.
Super chess
I'm okay
FX.
with being wrong, but I don't want to come back to it because I want to think about the other questions.
It is. So wait, say that again. What do you want me to do?
Don't come back to it.
Don't
Go
come
ahead.
back. Are
Go
you
ahead.
ready?
We're
Okay,
saying
ready for the
chess.
answer. Okay.
I'm saying chess.
Chess master, comma, the.
That counts, right?
That counts.
Counts. Count
Nice.
it.
You guys remember Battle Chess?
Good job.
That was my
God, I
game.
love
Yeah.
Battle chess
that was
so
my
much.
game right there. Get done in typing class. It's like, I don't know, do I play Oregon Trail, Battle Chess, or for whatever reason, 4D boxing?
It's always battle chess. I love watching
it was-
those little guys kill each
It was
other.
Battle Chess. I always was like, man, that queen.
Close I could ever get to the Star Wars chess.
Yeah.
that they did with on the Millennium Falcon.
Next question. This K is a one-on-one fighting game which came with a CD called Killer Cuts.
Killer
Instinct. Yeah. Logging it in. It is, in fact, Killer Instinct. Next question. This R is a sports game named after a thrower who joins the game after the first has been injured. Apparently, it is one of the nicest looking sports games on the SNES. Like a reserve? Like an R? Like a reserve player or something like that? This R is a sports game named after a thrower.
A pitcher.
Yeah, you think he's talking about a pitcher like in baseball?
I mean, I keep thinking it's sort of an R, so it's not Ryan, Nolan's baseball. So that's what I keep thinking of. But I know that can't be it.
I think it's more of like a generic sports term, maybe, because it says it's a sports game named after a thrower who joins the game after the first has been injured. So it almost seems like it's a term. But unless there is like a famous player who always comes in.
Relief pitcher,
Yeah,
maybe.
relief pitcher.
Relief something. I think relief is
It's got to be relief something.
relief hitter a thing?
No, that's a
designated
pinch
batter.
hitter.
Oh, and it's also a thrower. So
It's
yeah,
got to be a relief pitcher. But is that a game?
I don't know. We'll find
Sure.
out. Are we good with this?
Yeah, that's
relief
fine.
pitcher. Locking
Relief
it in.
pitcher.
It is in fact relief pitcher.
Wow.
Good job, Ian.
Wow, that's weird.
That is weird.
I thought it was a game about pouring things on a hot day. Children
for relief.
Children are very desperate for this water.
The dog is panting. Get him a relief pitcher.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to put a pin in this because you said that. Our dog has taken to when she wants to go outside just to fuck around and smell where like the neighborhood cats have been. She has taken to going to her water dish and drinking it all and then coming in and whining at us. And it's like, did you just drink all of that water just to like, cause it's like, I have to potty. It's legit. I gotta pee. If you don't take me, I'm definitely going to pee on this floor. So
Smart dog.
we're in a trap.
Clever girl.
Yeah. And I think I told her because she's smart. I'm like, you're gonna get water when you eat, then that's it. It's going up on the baker's
Yeah,
rack.
we're gonna play this game. I'm a human.
Yeah.
My dog does
dog.
shit like that. Have you seen that another audio meme? Dog tech support.
I've seen This Is Dog, but that's an old.
The top panel. It's like a drawn cartoon thing, and the top panel is the dog calling tech support, and it says, "My human won't give me any treats." And the answer did you try going outside and coming back in again? That's my dog. And she's now got this weird thing she's doing where she's running her butt across the carpet.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know what that's about.
could be worms maybe. Sometimes they do that when they have like intestinal worms.
Okay.
Or she's into anal. We don't know.
But see, Ein used to do that sometimes, and he
Hated anal.
and he hated anal. I mean, you couldn't talk that dog into it.
Couldn't Porky's that dog into it.
Yeah, should have had him neutered. Probably wouldn't have been an issue then.
She knows, like, she gets yelled at for doing it. And, like,
Yeah.
I've learned the signs. Like, she's sitting there, like, you can tell she's got an itch or something
Yeah.
going on in the rear quadrant. And I'm like, all right, come on. And I'll let her out onto the back patio. And then she just plops that bad boy down and just drags it across the floor.
Yeah, it might also be. Yeah, I don't know. It could be like dry skin. Even, maybe
It
I
might
don't know.
be because she's only been doing it a lot lately since
Yeah.
it's been cooler.
Does
and
she do it like right after pooping, or like is it at any time?
Just happens. I think
see.
it's probably that. But here's the other thing. She's part lab, part beagle. So she's a really tall
She's
beagle.
part lab, part itchy asshole.
So you know how beagles are like sort of thick in the middle?
Yeah,
And labs are tall?
yeah.
She can't reach her ass.
Oh, she
She
can't.
can't turn. Her body's so weird and like
Yeah.
it's too long.
River cat syndrome, I call that.
Yeah.
She can't. She's not fat.
Yeah.
But she can't reach her nether regions to handle that
part of it.
business. So I'm
Clementine
thinking-
can. At any time in the night, you'll hear what sounds like someone stirring mayonnaise in a jar.
Slurp, slurp,
Like
slurp.
what? Macaroni in a pot.
Yeah. That's my dog's
Wop,
story. Sorry.
wop, wop.
Next question. This O was called Camel Tree in the arcades in Japan and is compatible with the SNES mouse and looks a lot like the bonus stage in Sonic the Hedgehog. I have no idea. The bonus stage in Sonic the Hedgehog was where Sonic is kind of like a ball. He's in this ball form and the stage rotates. That's Sonic 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember that.
But then Sonic 2 is the first person in a tunnel or jumping over the balls.
Yeah, Sonic 2 is behind the shoulder, 3D, running through the half pipe. Yeah. But I
Which
think
Sonic did he say?
he just says Sonic the Hedgehog. Not like this information is going to help us
Well,
at
we
all.
we should assume Sonic 1 then. If he's saying Sonic
Right.
the Hedgehog, and if it's Sonic 2, then he's wrong. We get the point.
And we get the point.
Yep.
Right.
So you have to assume Sonic 1. Okay.
Right. Ross, you're under. You realize you're under oath, Ross.
Yep.
Okay, good.
This O.
This O was called Camel Tree in the arcades in Japan. Maybe like Oasis.
Oasis. I'm wondering.
Oasis?
I'm thinking something like Oasis.
There is a game, I saw it on SNES Drunk the other day, that almost looks sort of like a Marble Madness style game where the ball is falling and you're using like the FX style to maneuver
The Mode 7.
Yeah, you use the Mode 7
rotating.
to rotate it around to make it fall into certain areas. I'm assuming that's what this
was
game
it called? Because that is what this is.
is. Oh no, you're gonna get sick.
Oh no, my frame rate just dropped.
O-Town.
Orb maze.
Oasis, Wonderwall.
Yep, perfect. Got it in one.
Which of these would you like to go with? Does it matter?
Orb Oasis.
It is On the Ball. On the Ball.
Not even close.
Next question. This B
But
is.
wait, did we negate the Sonic thing? Did we win that?
We'll have to look it
We'll
up.
have to
and
look at the
see.
game. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing that now.
Okay.
Next question. This B is based on a band, which was based on a film, which was based on a comedy
That is the
sketch.
game I'm talking about.
That is the game.
Yep.
On the Ball.
And it is Sonic 1 style.
It is
so-
Sonic
okay.
1 style. All right, we'll point to Ross.
Point to Ross.
I already know the answer to this question, but I'm going to reread it. This B is based on a band, which is based on a film, which was based on a comedy sketch starring John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. Lots of hints in that one.
Easy.
Samurai Delicatessen.
Correct.
Locking it in. And it is, in fact,
The Blues.
Blues Brothers, comma, the. Next question. This O is the official video game of the Atlanta 1996 Olympic Games. On the ball. Locking it in.
Oh no, there's a bomb.
We've been given this one before. Because I think
I remember
yeah.
this actually.
we
this
made
answer.
bomb jokes. Yeah.
Olympic Games 96.
Locking it in. It is Olympic Summer Games.
All right.
That counts.
Half point.
Next question. This T is a slow and awkward one-on-one fighter that was called Death Dance in Japan.
Super Nintendo.
T starts with T. It's a slow and awkward one-on-one fighter called Death Dance in Japan.
What was the name of
Time Killers get an SNES release? It totally didn't.
Tekken, comma, Super.
that? What was the name of that one fighting game that was so poorly ported to so many systems? But it actually looked bad in the arcade too. It was like the real fighters.
Pit Fighter.
Pit Fighter. Never mind. That's not it. This is a T.
Tip Fighter. Very different.
Tip Fighter.
Tip
yeah.
Fighter.
A lot more fun though. T is a slow and awkward one-on-one fighter. It was called Death Dance in Japan. Death Dance. Is there anything there, maybe?
Toshin Den, comma, Battle Arena.
I don't know.
I never played that, but I'd like to.
It was a magazine I had. One of the 3 I'd buy a year and read till it fucking fell apart.
Yeah.
That was a PS1 game.
That's like a Akira Toriyama joint, isn't it?
Probably.
I think it is. All right. Terminator versus RoboCop. Locking it in.
Yep.
It is Tough Enough.
Wow. It's almost as bad as race driving.
Yep.
Almost.
Almost.
Next question. Well, actually, maybe it is worse because it is TUFF, the letter E in UFF.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. And the last
Theodore
question.
Edward Nuff. Thank you.
This S stars a robotic fish called James Pond and was titled as such in the EU, but in the States was subtitled starring the Aquabats.
Shit.
Like the Aquabats?
I should know this. I've heard of this so many times. What did it start with again?
An S. It was James Pond in the EU.
Fuck, I've seen this on that screen so many times.
Is it Secret, maybe? Like Secret Agent?
I think you're right. It's something like that.
I mean, it's just a guess. I have no idea, so.
Secret Spy or some shit. Yeah, starring James Pond.
Secret Spy starring James Pond? Do you want to do that? Or
It's some shit like that.
some shit like that?
It's some shit like
Locking
that.
it in.
Secret Spy, Super. Yeah, they're all in there.
The answer is Super Aquatic Games starring the Aquabats, comma, the.
Okay.
Got that
right.
Super.
Yeah, that's true.
Quarter point.
And then the final question, sex with a robot, yay or nay? I'm going yay. I mean, as long as it's safe, yay. I mean, even if it's a little not safe,
Right.
that might even make it better. 1% chance of losing my dick? Okay.
All right.
That's good odds.
I'll roll the dice once on that.
99% chance that I won't. So,
Unless it's really, really better than I'm expecting, and then I might roll the dice again.
I mean, as much as you were pulling on it when you were a little kid, it's probably going to survive anyway.
Probably.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's a tough old fucker.
Been through a lot. We've been through a
Made
lot.
entirely elbow skin.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting there.
It's a special cream I have
Yeah,
to use.
got a
now.
real ashy Larry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'd do it.
If Melissa's dead, sure. If not, nah, I'm good.
Okay. That's it.
All right.
Thanks, Ross.
Well, we know next time we're talking about race driving, so there's no need to drag out the batter up peripheral.
Race driving.
Race.
Does it have an
driving.
apostrophe after the end?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you know,
You know, it's got that sweet apostrophe.
you know it does,
action.
baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You'll hear Race Driving next time, featuring Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. Yeah. He's lined up. It's just a matter of how things play
Smoothing
out.
shit out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, do you like this show? We're on all sorts of different
It's okay.
platforms where you can follow us and support us and help us out. So we're on iTunes. Go to iTunes, leave us a review. Same for Stitcher. Hey, all our backlogs on YouTube. You can go dislike our Three Ninjas
Not all of it.
video as well. A lot of our backlog is on YouTube. We're on Spotify. I don't know if you can rate us there, but we're there.
Yeah. You can follow us on Spotify.
Yeah, there
so
you go.
that would
Okay.
help. Yeah.
We're on Facebook, TADPOG. So there's episode posts, memes, general shit. And then, but if you like that dank humor, like that deep dank shit, there's Tadpog Nation.
Kind of got that musty smell.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. It's not bad, but
Yeah.
it's
It's like
not
your dick
good.
after you jerked
Yeah.
off like 6 times,
Yeah.
but didn't shower.
It smells like someone fucked a robot a lot. in there.
Yeah. But like never cleaned it.
Never. It's too much work.
No, there's moss in there, but you're like, it's sort of like my sun moss. So I'm not gonna clean it now.
I mean, I knew getting into this, I was only going to fuck this thing 6 times and then put it away. So I'm not cleaning it.
I'm only going to clean it when I try to resell it on Marketplace.
And even then, I don't know if they're not looking too hard.
Hey, just put some white vinegar in it. It'll be okay.
I'll do like most shit on Facebook Marketplace. Like I'm just gonna leave it in like a dirty room on a bare mattress with like no sheets or anything. Yeah, or I'm gonna sell beside my dresser, which I'm also gonna sell. It is covered in shit. Dresser $2.
Looking at Super Nintendo games on Marketplace is really fun because it's like they'll take a photograph of like the back of the cartridge and it's like this could literally be any game, brother. What are you doing?
No, you call the 1-800 number. They'll tell you what it is. Is Melissa's one of her biggest pet peeves is just looking for shit on Marketplace and. It's like clean your room if you want to sell something in it. It's just when it's disgusting and just laying there, or people are like trying to sell bed for sale and it's just like a dirty mattress in a filthy room. Like
My biggest pet peeve on the fucking Marketplace is when the poster or the seller is like super aggro with their description, like right out of the gate. Like, I will not answer questions. If it's still listed, it's still for sale, and I will ban you if you ask me if it's still for sale. Just like going on and on.
Price is firm.
Price is firm. Will not trade for anything except a Polaris fucking four-wheeler.
Meanwhile, it's overpriced by 30%. Like anytime it's like price is firm, it's like it's overpriced.
I bought it for $240, took really good care of it, $240.
Yep.
Must come get, will not deliver. Just getting super like, I already hate you.
Right?
I'll take your fucking money, but I hate you.
I don't care if your son has cancer. Quit telling me that. I don't care if I ruin Christmas. Fuck you. $240 firm.
Fuck you. This Switch is mine.
Fuck you. You know what? Never mind.
Oh, the one that they always say, I don't have to sell this.
Yeah.
I love that one. Do not need to sell.
Why?
Don't lowball me.
Are you just-
I don't have to sell this. I'm doing you a favor.
Are you just-
by selling this to you at this price?
Are you just posting things that you own, ma'am?
I really, really enjoy this thing, so I don't have to sell it, but I will.
What the shop by your house used to be, where it's just
Yeah.
like, no, this is not so much a store, but a display case.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Oh, that's not for
totally. Yeah.
You want this copy of Sparkster? $400. On eBay, it's like $16. $400.
I don't
Firm.
have to sell it.
That's the most Jacob face you've ever made.
I didn't even know.
My favorite thing on Marketplace is like I've got alerts set up for CRTs because I'm looking for like a PVM. And I love it because it's like you always see these people's reflections in the photos they take. So it's just like a fun little game where it's like, what does this person look like? And then like pinch.
Yeah.
I like the crackhead Craigslist post where it's that and they're always
They're always naked.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because I am in several CRT Facebook groups and there have been several posts from admins that it's like, stop posting photos you find of people taking naked, like photos of their CRTs naked. It's not funny. And then like I know at least half of us are like, yeah, it's pretty fucking funny though. It's not funny for us.
Half the group leaves immediately.
Right? Yeah, it's funny for us because we don't have to moderate it. It's a shit show for you because you have to moderate it.
Look at his feet. God, put on some socks, man.
But if you like your chat kind of in nice orderly groups, you're a good boy or girl,
Yeah.
or anywhere in between,
Or if you want to play some games, join there's a Game Buds channel. If you want to play
TADPOG
some
Discord.
Yeah. Phasmophobia or Among Us. That's bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
We got shirts.tadpog.com. We got a mask,
Yeah.
mask.tadpog.com.
A mask. I don't even own a mask rack.
Oh, Laura Flynn Boyle. What else did we do? We're on _podcast on both Instagram and Twitter. Mm-hmm. Twitter's a good place for episode posts and whenever Dave's going to stream on Twitch.
Yeah, although I forgot to do that last night. I didn't do any of the regular stuff, and I didn't realize until I was done. And I like closed everything, and I'm like, oh, what's this tab open? Oh, it's my Twitter post. And I just never clicked tweet. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I also forgot to mention this in Discord. Oh, well.
I know people are subscribed to you on Twitch. That's a lot. I'll get the Twitch notification and then the Twitter notification.
Yeah. I do that on Sundays if anybody wants to come and hang out.
It's a good time.
Typically fun. Yeah.
But really,
that's it.
What's most important?
Money.
Is that Patreon? Yeah, you know it.
The dollar bills.
Y'all.
So real quick, let me go ahead and pull up that Patreon. Triangle Man.
Speaking of Tiny Toons. Love those They Might Be Giants musical segments.
Hell yeah.
Istanbul or Constantinople. Mm-hmm. Istanbul, now Constantinople.
So I want to make a big thank you to Lawrence Young. Big increase. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lawrence.
That's all I got.
The
Do you have executive producers? Yeah.
The show was executive produced by the following people who donate $20 or more a month on Patreon.
And like the show at least 20 times more than people who donate $1.
True. Yeah. We've asked the scientists. They've confirmed it's true.
There was an algorithm involved.
That is patreon.com/tadpog. And this show was executive produced by Usurper Grimm, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Cousin David Galino, Platinum member Brett Miller, Coronavirus Savior Cubicle Monkey, Zeus Laser, Steve Dixon, Joseph Phillips, Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Plinko Nick Price, Time Lord Josh Edwards, executive producer Dig Dougie, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, Magical Sleeper, a.k.a. Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, congratulations on your marriage, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Paul Anderson, Master Psycho Baron Kevin Link, Demented Lemming, and Captain Detective Count Victor Von Cunnilingus Hart. Thank you guys. It means a lot and it goes a long way.
Very much. Our theme song is Move, That's More Drive, and That Draft, turn us to tadpog.com. How you guys want to close this one out?
I reckon is your favorite Animaniac.
Which works out because we get all three.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do a dot justice.
Oh, we all got this. We're all professional voice actors.
Actors here.
Yeah. We just do this podcast for fun, you know, in between voice acting gigs.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. So until next time, Tropical Capricorn.
That was good. I mean, that was great.
Yeah. I had the easy one.
They referred to him as having an off-the-charts M count.
Gotcha.
They didn't say the word.
Magneto count.
Magneto count. That's what they had to have meant.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise
is what
count.
I thought, maybe.
Yeah.
High mayo count.
Yeah.
You know,
that makes sense.
cholesterol.
Totally.
Bad. But anyway, That they
Milk,
they
comma,
said,
blue.
Yeah. They said a high M count, and I was like, oh God,
Yeah, there you go.
we're back to midi-chlorians. So
Well, I mean, it's a thing.
it is. I think it's dumb,
It's pretty dumb, isn't
but
it?
I
What do you
admit it.
mean? We take
It
some.
would surprise me if that was somewhere in the contract for George Lucas signing it. You gotta keep midichlorians.
Yeah.
If you want all this, you gotta keep midichlorian. Fine.
We'll-
we get to print money. Fine. We'll make it dumb.
How are we going to say it without actually saying it? John Favreau's back there going, I don't know, M count.
M count.
Spin a wheel or something.
I don't think it's that crazy. I mean, if you take a blood sample from all three of us, you can tell how much God loves us each individually.
That's probably right. Yeah, that's probably true.